All right. Toy Story. They did another one. Should they have? First reactions are in, including my own. First reactions are in to the death of Robin Hood. We'll talk about that. We got some news about The Mask. There's going to be a sequel? Maybe. We will see. We got some games Kevin Smets is going to bring forward. And I have an interview with wrestler Vinny Pacifico, talking about his new project. And it's going to be a good show here today. So Kevin beat himself, basically. He's competing against himself. Can he do it? We shall see. So let's get into it. Here is the show with myself and Kevin Smets once again, twice. Get the Smasher twice this week. All right, here we go. Welcome back, one and all, to the show. That's right. Yeah, we do a show here every day, really. And joining me on the show is not every day, but it's a guy that I don't even really know if I really like him from what the comments say. I don't really know if I really like him, but yet I bring him back and I talk to him every day because I don't like him. Kevin Smets. Where is he? There he is.
You hate me, bro. This is a toxic relationship.
So funny.
This week has felt so long. I can't believe it's only Wednesday. It feels like a Friday, but
where's my 2-shot? There's no 2-shot. Just
I see a 2-shot.
No, it says Smets games, Kristian shots, Kevin shot group discussion. Is that it? Listen to this. So my good. That is not it either. This is a disaster today. This is an absolute disaster. What is this? I don't know. It's Smets games. Oh my god. I got to fix this whole thing. This is an absolute nightmare. Let's try it again. Better. There it is. Perfect.
I thought about it. Why aren't you wearing the same shirt from your ad reads to trick the audience into thinking it's like a on the spot kind of thing, bro?
I don't want to be dishonest.
Yeah. Happy Friday, everybody. It's good to see everyone. I'm not. I got my scans tomorrow, so I'm kind of dealing with head stuff right now. But it's good. It's going to be good to.
You're going to crush it. You're going to crush it.
Yeah. I know. I'll get back to my normal annoying self, but I just, a lot of heavy stuff. I mean, I was on my workout this morning, and then I did my short for the Stomoversity, and I talk about practicing what I preach, and I always preach like life's like autopilot on a plane. The pilots still need to be there to make adjustments because the autopilot would slowly get off course, and our brains always go to the negative, always. Like we're always the hardest on ourselves. So it's always about keeping that autopilot and getting it back into the positivity. And I got to remind myself that, but
you're one of the strongest people I know. So you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. Even though I don't like you, you're gonna do it.
Yeah, I know you hate me. You were really rooting for that cancer to win.
Stop that! Don't even mess around with that. But it's
can't make fun of what can you do?
It's hilarious though too because we're going through this group text change, and we're still really starting to get a dynamic on the show. And I can tell. It's similar to like the old Schmoes days. This happened. I'm always the bad guy, right? So where it's like when it came to I saw someone posted some comment was that PLD and Roca had like they had like a good conversation or something yesterday, which I wasn't privy to see. They're the ones always going after each other, but someone goes, "See, PLD and Kristian get along just PLD and Roca get along just fine. It's Kristian instigated," and I'm like, it's always me. I'm always the bad guy, but that means that we're creating something fun, which is good.
Dude, I believe me, I have voice memos, and he would call me and pitch. He would do a free 5-minute comedy set over the phone, minimum once a week during my cancer treatment. Like, I like our dynamic, whatever it is, it's fun. Yeah. Like I like when you give me shit, I give you shit back. It like reminds me of like, dude, you think me and Kaiser sit there alone and are just nice to each other the whole time? No,
I'd be so bored with that. People don't if they don't get it, they don't get it. And I don't care. It's the fact that it's a lot of fun. The same thing with PLD. PLD is able, he breaks, you see the stuff that he's doing on the when it comes to Roca and just kind of teasing Roca on the side. He does it's hilarious, and it reminds me of the old school Schmoes days, which is great.
I've been enjoying, in the rewatch.
Yeah, about to talk about that too. Yeah,
just like the just people giving each other shit and like Just you know, I feel like that's a cool vibe. It's a fun vibe back then. I mean, we got more serious when we were getting more competitive, but it's cool to have it. It feels like every match was like a Wild Berries match early on. You know what I mean? Like in a good way, but like goofing off and having fun.
It's the best. And so it's funny because you mentioned the Vault channel. I hope everybody's subscribed to the Vault channel. Please subscribe to the Vault channel if you haven't already. But today's match was one that was not shy of controversy. And it was one of the biggest controversial moments in the tournament in season 1. And that is JTE versus Mark Ellis. It was an absolute, it's one of the craziest matches. It leads to a monumental moment in Schmoedown history in the next episode, which we will be playing. I'm a spoiler for anybody, but if you haven't watched this match, you absolutely should be watching this match because it's so crucial to the evolution of what the Schmoedown ultimately became.
Yeah.
So that's up on the channel right now. Tomorrow will be the round 2 match between who is it? If you haven't watched match 1, I mean, there's going to be certain spoilers that matches that are already up.
Yeah,
match is up already. Then we're going to talk about what's coming out the next day.
You know what we should recreate? I loved when what's his name, Brian Ward, and other people would make posters like leading up to matches. Like eventually, when the day before a big match, we could start making posters for it. Especially now with how easy they are to make posters, as you know. But yeah, I one thing, and it's funny. I'm doing really good playing along. To be honest, I'm like, I think I know more about regular stuff than I ever gave myself credit for. I was always so scared, but
I'm sure you did a lot better than you thought you would have been. And so it is. That's up there now. Excited for it, and I'll tell you what I'm excited for people to see. That's Toy Story. The first reactions are out for Toy Story. And I'm going to give you my first reactions. I'm going to tell you what they say here. But Variety says it's finally been unveiled to members of the film press. Appears that Pixar's long-running animated franchise remains in the top form after 30 years. The latest sequel is called emotional, funny, genuinely warm, perfect in every way, and rave first reaction. Scott Menzel posted a glowing review. He said that Toy Story ranks right alongside the first 3 films. Toy Story 5. Okay, so another one. Is that just... Okay, the movie podcast. Daniel Bautista also loved the film. He said it was a generation-defining experience. Pixar once again delivers a meaningful, moving, and masterful must-see movie. Jazz Tanky wrote that it's magical and pure perfection. Meredith Loftus said it hit her in places she was unprepared for. So that's just a few of them right there and there. I can echo all of that. I absolutely loved this movie. And I'm not a Toy Story 4 hater. So some people just didn't think that it should have been made, and maybe I don't know.
Is that the one at the circus or
That's the one with Forky when they bring Forky along?
Okay, yeah.
And I liked it. It's not on par with the first 3. This is. As a parent, I think you're really gonna like it. I'm so curious because Kira's what, 4?
Kira's 5, 6 in September.
Okay, so perfect age for you to see this with her right now, because I feel like you're gonna if you were gonna give her any technology, if you already have, you're either gonna limit it or you're gonna put it. You're gonna balance it, and
we try to do that already. I mean, we have an iPad, and she'll ask for the games on the iPhone sometimes, but it's very limited.
It really is. The kid that plays, Bonnie, the character of Bonnie is just so. She's just so innocent and pure, and you're just rooting for her to just stay a kid and stay in that old school kind of way of playing. And they do a great job of bringing Woody back in, and how they bring him back, and the jokes that they play. And it's one of those things. The pure magic of Pixar, when it really works, is that everybody can just sit there and enjoy it. You can be 4 years old, you can be 45 years old, and the jokes land for you, even though they might miss and go over the kid's head because they don't know what's happening.
Those are great.
At the same time, they're still it's not like they're lost from it. They just think, oh, that's a funny joke. And you're like, oh, you don't really mean it.
Shrek does that, and Bluey does that very well.
Really well. So I absolutely loved it. I just loved it. And there are a lot of different emotional moments. It rang true for me as a parent. I was locked in from the very beginning. I was curious where they were going to go with it. I liked the premise of what they were doing right away. That's what I was intrigued about. But they delivered on it, and it's a perfect length. They do things with Buzz and Woody, and they also, but it's really Jesse's story.
Yeah.
So dug it a lot.
I've been had the pleasure to do your I mean, I don't put your long form out there where you just throw it on there. Because I edit down, I try to pick the best parts for the shorts.
Yes.
This is one where like I almost put the whole thing on because it was really good, but like you just tell like from the get-go your love of the movie, which made me super excited. Like I could tell sometimes when you're reviewing it and you're wanting to like it and and you didn't like it as much as you wanted to. And sometimes where you like Disclosure Day, like you were like this one, Toy Story, man, you just out the gate was like, I love this movie.
Right away. The emotions I felt throughout the entire thing. It had me laughing. I had a tear in my eye. I had it did everything intended that it was supposed to do. It did to me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure my wife's gonna like. My wife cried during the Paw Patrol movie when we took Kira. It was her first ever movie, but like,
should be balling.
Kira's little,
should be balling.
Sky's little, the dog from Paw Patrol, and like she saves everybody, and then it's like because even the littlest person can save someone, and it's on Kira's first movie, and Dasha starts crying. I'm like, Toy Story, man, get ready for Waterworks.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Definitely see it with the family. This is a great family movie. This is one I even said to my wife. I said we got to take the kids again to see this one because my little one, very rare that she wants to go to the movies in general, and she really wants to see this in the theater.
Yeah.
So my oldest though was this morning. She's like, she goes, they should have stopped making Toy Story after the third. And I go, where'd you read that?
Where did you read that?
And she's like, I came up with my own thoughts. I go, all right. I was like, why don't you see the fifth? She goes, you just want to make me see the fifth because you're going to think I'm going to have some epiphany that I shouldn't be doing screams anymore. And I'm like, yeah, so what? You're still going to like it. And sit down. And I said, you get free popcorn. She goes, fine, I'll go.
Funny story about free popcorn, by the way. My first experience to that movies can be moving and actually quite shocking and impactful was when I was in like freshman in high school, right? And my sister had to watch Schindler's List at the movie theater for her school project. And it was Sunday night. I was with my dad at my dad's house. Family was split. And my dad is like, hey, do you want to go? I got to take Lori to this movie called Schindler's List. It's going to be heavy. And I just remember thinking like heavy, like I got to go to the movies and eat popcorn and candy and soda. I was like, this baby freshman in high school, or maybe I was junior high. I mean, I was young. And I went there and of course, it was not fun eating, candy and popcorn. It really moved me. It's one of my, Schindler's List. But I just think when you just said the popcorn thing, I'm like, yeah, like that's why they call them popcorn movies. Those are the fun ones to eat your popcorn at. Schindler's List wasn't one where I was like, oh, past the red vines.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to take it to a dark place, but
I got you. So I'm glad that it's doing really well. I think it's going to be a really highly rated movie. Another movie that was super highly rated was the movie I was talking about the other day was The Furious that I saw. That movie is like a 99% on Rotten Tomatoes.
What's this?
It's a martial arts movie. It's like The Raid meets Taken. It's awesome. It's such an awesome movie. It's just if anybody has an opportunity to go see it in the theater and you like those kind of movies, but you got, and I said this in my review.
Yeah,
you have to also understand that someone can be on a rooftop, get kicked off 12 stories, land on a car on their head, and they could be okay.
Yeah.
You got to understand that going in, and I don't think it'll bother you at all because you're like because they actually make a goof on it at some point, where some people are just like getting like hit in the head with like hammers and shit. How's this person still alive? And it's great. It's just pure chaos, and I loved every second of it. What I'm also seeing is I'm seeing a lot of back and forth with Disclosure Day. I'm sticking with it. I don't give a shit what people tell me I'm supposed to do. Oh, I think you're coping with this. Go fuck yourself.
If you're what?
Coping. People abuse that word. You're coping with it. No, I like it. You didn't. Go fuck yourself. I hate that. I hate it so much. You're coping. I'm coping that I liked the Disclosure Day. I liked the movie a lot. I really liked it. One of my favorite movies of the year. You didn't like it. Sorry you didn't like it. We disagree. You have different thoughts. You saw the movie. It didn't work for you. You thought it was this. Stick it up your asshole, spin around 17 times, talk about it to your therapist, and then come back. I can't stand that. It's so stupid. You're a dumb person. If you wrote that, you're a dumb person.
Are critics split on it, or is it audience
I think
split?
some people, I'm looking at I mean, look, Roxy didn't respond to it. I talked to some critics last night that didn't respond to it. Not everybody likes it.
Yeah,
I loved it. Roka loved it.
I'm
Seems to
excited
be a
for
lot
it.
of people who really, really enjoy it, or you don't. It's okay. You didn't like it, and it's the
I
same.
like how they say you're wrong.
But
Like,
it's the same thing, dude. When you're like, the amount of times I don't even argue anymore. I throw people off the channel if they write this. So be careful. Even if you're somebody who's on this channel all the time, I will throw you off the channel if I'm doing out of the theater reaction. Someone goes, "Why don't you just say you didn't like it?" You're fucking gone. You're gone. If I don't like a movie, I'm going to tell you I didn't like it, or I'll go, "Look, it wasn't the best," or "It was good," same, or it's fine. That's what I thought about Mandalorian and Grogu. It's 3 episodes of a television show. It's fine. Just say it was bad. I don't think it was bad, you half-brained imbecile. I didn't think it was bad. I just didn't think it was great. I didn't, it's fine. There's a
my
lot of
wife
problems
probably
with it.
thinks you just yelled at me and called me a half-brained imbecile.
No.
Dude, well, look, movies are like Baskin Robbins. I go in there, I get chocolate peanut butter, or I'll get rainbow sherbet, but I'm not going to get coconut or pistachio. But my wife will get pistachio. That doesn't make her wrong about her ice cream choice. Doesn't make me wrong about my ice cream choice.
Yeah.
Movies.
But that's the whole thing. This is the thing, Casey. I'm not upset. I hate upset is a very different version of me.
I've seen
You
him
make
upset.
them happy when you're upset. No, I'm not going to just sit there and go, it's okay. See what you want. We're not saying anything. I'm going to ignore it. I'm going to ignore it. No, I'm going to call you a fucking idiot. And I'm going to smile when I'm doing it. I don't give a shit. I don't respond to the trolls. Fuck them. I'll do voices for them. I don't care. And then they're gone. I can do whatever I want.
In my head,
on this. I'm allowed to do whatever I want. You can handle it however you want to handle it. Or you can, if you can ignore them. And most of the time I do. I throw them out by the seat of their pants. I love when people, there was some guy who wrote like a 3-page thing the other day about, what was it?
A dissertation. He wrote a dissertation.
It was this huge thing about, what was it? Oh, about why I shouldn't have seen Obsession in the movie theater. And I said, well, if I missed the press screening, it is very hard for me to get to the theater if I missed a press screening, because they usually, you screen them during the week. That's easier for me. Weekends are for the family and stuff. And I was like, so probably I'll watch it with Sam. That way it makes more sense for me. That way you can do it. But most of the time, what the guy wrote is, you should just do it and just tell people you've seen it already and that your friend hasn't. Like every other reaction that I do, like every other reaction that I've done before.
Yeah.
And by the way, when I do that, this isn't the first time. Whoa, this isn't the first time reaction. What are you talking about? You dope. I said to you already, my friend Sam hasn't seen it. But this guy's like, oh, you this huge 3-page thing about how reactors should do that. And I didn't even read it. I just hid him from the channel. And I said, you're out. You spent all that time to write 3 different responses and no one read it. It's gone.
You did that hot yoga this morning, right? To like calm your nerves and everybody.
100%. No, I went to my kids. I went to my kids like 2nd grade recital. It was amazing. I had someone she's just singing. So I was in the best mood ever. Like again, after seeing that movie, but like that's what people don't understand is that puts me like when I'm in a good mood. This is me in a good mood. I'm not upset. So they get you when they get upset. Who's upset?
Yeah,
I'm not upset.
Well, you know why I love this. You know why I love this. I'm already firing up my edit. Yo, man,
sure. Who's upset? No one's upset.
No one's upset.
Yeah, upset's a very different thing. All right, listen to me. This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna tell you guys real quick about our good friends over at Liquid IV, and then I'll tell you about our good friends. Well, I think I told you already that what's so important about this show in general is our wonderful sponsor. You guys know them, been here before. I feel like PLD is somebody got rid of them because I can't find them anywhere. Nope, they're up there. Never mind. Move them to the top. Somebody did. But I'll tell you about Cash App and I'll tell you about Kachava. I don't even know what I said before. I'm making things up. All right, let me tell you about Kachava first. One of the things I've been doing a lot of lately with the gym, I've been taking walks, longer walks, and I'm going to keep up with that during the summertime. And I just make sure I like, especially as the weather's getting better here, I like being in the sun. It works. And that's what I really like about Kachava. So Kachava, it's so easy. It's an all-in-one nutrition shake. It doesn't matter where you're going. Kachava is the best. You got travel packs, and it's so easy. You throw a pack or two, and you put it in a bag, and it just so. I was just happy with how easy it was to make it traveling wise. You just throw them in the bag if I'm going to a screening, whatever it might be. Here are some of the great things with Kachava. Obviously, you want to have it for energy, right? And supports all day energy. It's got 5 key vitamins and minerals. The digestion keeps things regular. It's got fiber, probiotics, enzymes. Gets your strength up for sure, fuel, and you're going to replenish your muscles with protein and electrolytes. The metabolism is the best. It's nurturing a healthy metabolism with B vitamins, minerals, and fiber. Immunity, you can nourish your immune system with vitamin C, zinc, and probiotics. And your mind, nervous system, essential minerals helps dramatically. So Kachava provides clean nutrition and fuel wherever your day takes you. There's no filters, no nonsense. Check it. This is one of the ones I'm going to try next. Just blasting through these things. There's no artificial flavors, no colors, sweeteners, non-GMO, no soy, no animal products, no gluten, and no preservatives. You got to try Kachava risk-free and their love it guarantee. Thousands of rave reviews agree, and I promise you that you're going to love it. Take your daily ritual with you. You go to Kachava.com. You got to use the code Kristian for 15% off your first order. That is Kachava, KACHAVA.com. Code Kristian. Again, KACHAVA.com. Use the code Kristian. If you head on over to Kachava.com, use Kristian for 15% off first order. All right, so I promise, like I said, I've been knocking through these. Yeah, they're big bags, but for me, they go quick because I love them. I use them, and you will too. So check it out. Really happy that Kachava is on the show. I don't know how far back it was, but Cash App came to the show, and I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to give it a shot. It's a must. Have to be. If you're not up to speed already, Cash App, it's more than just a safe way to send and receive money. With the Cash App card, you unlock tons of perks without all the hidden fees. Now, enjoy benefits like exclusive early access to nationwide concert pre-sales. You got Kendrick Lamar, Sabrina Carpenter, to name just a couple recent examples, plus discounts on everyday purchases and popular brands you're probably already spending money on. You add your card to your digital wallet, and you make your money moves easier. Cash App does more than you think when it comes to having your back and making sure your money stays your money. Cash App just released a new status program for the way people actually spend called Cash App Green. So when you spend at least $500 a month with the Cash App card, you earn green status. That unlocks benefits like up to $200 of free overdraft coverage. If you overdraft unexpectedly, there are no hidden fees. You also unlock higher borrow limits and custom personalized cashback offers every Friday at places that you love to shop. Cash App can do way more than you think to make your money work for you. If you direct deposit at least $300 in paychecks each month and use the Cash App card for purchases, you can earn interest on your savings. There's no hidden fees, no minimum balance requirement. Don't let your money sit around and just gather dust. Make it work for you. Take advantage of interest savings on Cash App today. So new Cash App customers can earn $10 if they use that code CashApp10 in their profile at sign up and send $5 to a friend within 14 days. Terms apply. Cash App is a financial services platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partners. Prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC. Cash App Visa Debit Flex Cards issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC, and the Bancorp Bank, N.A., pursuant to a license from Visa USA, Inc. See terms and conditions for the Sutton Prepaid Card, Sutton Debit Flex Card, and Bancorp Debit Flex Card. Cash App Green features savings, direct deposit, roundups, overdraft coverage, and discounts provided by Cash App, a Block Inc. brand. Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures. So Cash App, get it done. Don't let your money just sit around. Do something with it. Cash App, they're the best. All right, listen to this. So my good friend Lee Meltzer, who we were talking about the Schmoedown earlier. I've got that archives channel that's been moving. Lee used to help me as a publicist on the Schmoedown for the last couple seasons, and he was so great, and I've kept a relationship with him. And he's like, listen, you got to talk to Vinny Pacifico. He's a wrestler. He's a Staten Island kid. He's somebody he's making moves, and he's in a new movie, and it's called Mr. Reset and the Society of Turnbuckle and Bone. And the way I looked at this thing was, it was kind of like you get the wrestling aspect with kayfabe and all that, but it combines like The Purge and Saw, and it's pretty fucking crazy. So I wanted to talk to the star of that movie and also just talk to him about wrestling and life in general. Vinny Pacifico is here. What's up, Vinny? How you doing?
Great intro. Thank you for having me. And I love the connection you made to Saw, because that's a first. But we do actually, we're inspired a little bit by Saw. So I'm glad you got that.
Yeah, you can tell from the promo alone, even the trailers, like the way that it's kind of set up. You've got, and it really is, it immediately caters towards wrestling fans, which it should, obviously, with your background. And you know, if you know kayfabe and you know the fact that what it is, you're like, oh, okay, I get it. So how did this project come to be?
So a few months from my wedding, director hit me up. He goes, Vinny, I've been watching your career. You know, I love your character that you're doing, the power punch with the energy drinks. He goes, I have this idea, and I have this idea for a film in mind about resetting pro wrestling, resetting, you know, the industry, and kind of a underground secret society taking over the world of pro wrestling. And I was like, okay, sounds like a good story. You know, I'm interested. And me as a person, I'm very eager. I'm always willing to work, always want it now, like very, very hungry person. And he knew that. So he wanted to use that personality trait in me to create this character and this film, and kind of base this film around, you know, a grand high master who takes advantage of young talent who want it, and what he will sacrifice. And that's kind of how this came about. And he saw a lot in me. I believed in his vision, and I said, let's do it. And funny enough, this is my wife's first film she ever did. And she killed it, got a standing ovation on set. But only reason I pitched her was because we did a engagement shoot, and we did a Halloween one with Michael Myers chasing us, and her facials, her reactions, it was great. I'm like, oh my God, she's got charisma. Got to get her involved. So he was cool with that, and that's how this whole snowball started. And now we're both doing movies. It's been amazing. It's been such an amazing experience.
Yeah, what's great about that also is that, you know, there's obviously a risk that comes with working with your spouse or whatever, but it's like, and if the chemistry, because chemistry doesn't always mean, just because you have chemistry in life doesn't mean it's always going to transfer onto screen. So the fact that it did makes your life a lot easier at home too.
Oh, big time. And I love and having a supportive partner, I would tell you, is the most important thing. I'm wrestling since I'm 14. I met her when I was 20, and she never. When I was 20 on, that was it, you know. And she supported me. That was it. Like, she never said two words about me traveling. Never had a complaint, you know. And that's a huge thing, I believe, in life, having a supportive partner.
It's funny you say that, because I couldn't agree with you more. And I have a conversation. I also produce, and I'm really good friends with Matt Serra. And Matt Serra, who, you know, obviously famously won the UFC championship from GSP in 2006. He says the exact same thing. It was that his lovely wife, Anne, who said exactly the same thing you did. It's so important to have that supportive spouse in everything and anything you do, whether it's pro wrestling, it's MMA, it's accounting, whatever it is. You have someone who's behind you and fighting for you. It makes the journey that much easier. It
really is. It is. I got so lucky, because if I didn't have that, and I had someone nagging me, and you know, I try to accommodate. And, you know, when I was 14 to 20, I missed weddings, funerals, my prom. I missed so much. And ever since meeting her,
because of wrestling.
Yeah.
I
was on a tour in the UK, and I was 17 for 16 days, and, you know, I didn't care though. I would go on a whim. I would do everything, and I still do. But now I try to accommodate and make sure, okay, if I have a party Sunday, and, you know, I have an event Saturday, I will try my best to get home as early as possible Sunday, so I could be at these events. Because family is everything. So I think trying to accommodate and be around your family and be around people who love you is important. I didn't realize that until in my 20s, you know. But I try to always.
That's maturity. Yeah. Yeah. So you start out, like you said, 14 years old, where you're getting into professional wrestling. Obviously, you were a fan as you're growing up, and so starting out, because you've also amassed a pretty good social media following, and you can tell you're one of those guys that you make the hustle, and that's usually the type of people that succeed in in not only just the wrestling business, but it's such a combination now, because I see how you do it, and it's very smart that you don't just play it from the things that you're doing in the ring. You do it, and you're using that social media aspect to gain your following, to make sure more and more people find you that way. And I'm sure that happens. I'm sure that they find you through Instagram or TikTok or whatever it is, and then they go, oh shit, I want to watch this guy wrestle. So did you find that was kind of the overall strategy, or was it the vice versa, that you became more popular doing a character inside the ring, and then you start to see your social media following?
Great question. I would say a little bit of both. So I would do a lot of content creation with like the Rizzler, AJ and Big Justice, Costco guys, Cousin Angelo, and we would do these funny skits, and that helped build my following a lot. But prior to that, nonstop wrestling every week, traveling all over the world, you gain followers left and right. Wrestling on television, you gain followers. Now doing film, I've gained tons of horror fans and people who love film, and I've reviewers. That's been a lot lately as well. But I would say when I started tapping into the power punch character with the energy drinks, I would do skits with celebrities, wrestlers, anyone. Like I would do all these fun skits. I did some with people from Mob Wives, top wrestling names, obviously AJ, the big content creators. I would just consistently do funny skits. The skits, and I'm sure you know this, I'm sure you've seen it, the skits do everything. The skits blow you up, the skits make you kind of famous, and they go viral, And I'll tell you one thing, some of the time when you're doing skits, that gets higher numbers than your wrestling stuff sometimes,
Sure. Yeah, well, it's also that short content and the way that it just moves in general. It's like people are constantly scrolling, and if someone pops into their algorithm, and then they'll watch it for the first time, but then if it pops in again, then you start to see those followers come in. It's a very smart strategy, and it's also, you've got to change with the times. It's great if people are great on the mic. It's great if people are great in the ring, and that's crucial, and that needs to happen. Obviously, that you can't go past that, but it is another aspect of the game now. Even when you look at some of you look at what Becky Lynch does. Becky Lynch plays on social media all the time. All these people that have really, because you have to. It's part of the game now in the same way. So it's good to see that that's one of the things that you're very aware of, obviously. But jumping back into just the wrestling journey, because I think people will find this kind of fascinating as well, is that you've wrestled everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so when you started 14, because that's always going to be a question I'm sure you got from fans and things that people will ask me in regards to podcasting, is if some kid right now who's 13 years old in Staten Island comes across this interview, sees Vinny Pacifico and goes, wait a minute, that's what I want to do. How does he do that? What would be your advice to say, this is what you got to do, kid? I did it this way. Maybe it works for you this way, but this is what I can share with you.
I would say finding a reputable school. That's the most important thing. And you can do research. I think also research now, everything's out there. So you can just find anything with the Google search. Find a good school, reputable school, get to the gym, train, cardio, eat right, and really just learn. I think, I kind of forgot everything and just jumped. I lost a lot of friends, lost touch with people. I missed prom. I missed all these different things just to go to training or wrestle events. And just, that was it. That's all I cared about. I did not care about a single thing but that. And that's my personality. Some people might not be the same way. But for me, I was like, I don't care what I have. I'm just going. And and that's what I just don't think, just do. That's my advice now. But then I just didn't stop. But for me, it was early on when I wasn't getting where I wanted to get and things weren't happening fast enough. I was always mentally just destroyed. And that in entertainment, that happens.
Totally. Happened to me yesterday.
It's the worst. And still to this day. Yeah. To this day, it's a very hard industry where you want things now. Like, why is it not happening? Why is this not, or why is this not clicking? Why is this not? And
no matter what kind of success you get, you always feel like, nah, I haven't really done anything.
Exactly. To a T. There are things that I've never even dreamed of that I've done, and I still feel like, oh man, I gotta do more. And that might be a curse, might be a curse. But I would say, try and not get in your head like that. Try and don't think, just do. Don't expect. Just work hard. Do what you need to do. Things will come. So I was 21, 22. I had my first match at NXT 21, and then COVID happened. I believe.
I know that journey.
shut everything down. I had my Evolve debut, NXT debut, everything shut down, lost everything. And, you know, I was like, shit.
So when you say you lost everything, meaning that the contract was over, no, they didn't, you don't go back, or what happened? What do you mean that you lost everything?
I wasn't signed, but things were happening in a very fast way. So I had my Evolve debut, and then I think I did my NXT match, and then the world shut down. I believe that's the timeline. Or it was Ring of Honor came first. I trained by Ring of Honor, and I worked for Ring of Honor when I was 19, 20, and then 20, I believe, was during COVID, and I can't. The timeline's a little messed up because I'm sure everyone really lost touch of time when COVID happened. But you know, a lot of things, like I was on fire. I was on the. I had so much momentum, and then everything just closed down. So, but you can't expect anything. You know, you have to just do your best, work hard, and things happen in life. You can't get mad about, oh, you know, this flight got canceled. Oh, this happened. You know, you can't get mad about that. You have to just keep pushing forward. You know, if I let that happen, I'd be destroyed all the time. I mean, it happens where I miss a flight, or a flight gets canceled and I have to change flights, and it's an inconvenience, but you can't let those things get you off track. And I think that's what I would tell anyone trying to make it.
It's true. It's also one of those things that you talk about all the time, that when you're going through the shits, it's the shits. But when you look back and reflect on the shits, it's like, well, I kind of needed that to happen, because that pushed me even further than I would have gone. Or I look at that moment and maybe that actually wasn't the place I was supposed to go, but at the time it felt like I was. And then you move it back around. You're like, oh, look, I wouldn't have landed here had I not gone through all that bullshit.
Kristian, you know, I'll tell you one thing. If I got where I wanted to get when I was 22, 23 years old, or even 21, because those few years I was just mentally like nonstop, you know, just wanting more. But if I got signed, or if I got where I wanted to get then, I would not be where I am now. And
of course not.
That's, you know, and I look back and I'm like, wow, you know, if that happened then, there's nothing that I'm doing now. I think right now I've never been on a run like this in my life. And I'm grateful for it.
Yeah.
You know,
and so if I can ask, how old are you right now?
27.
27. Shit, man.
Yeah,
so you're super fucking young. Yeah, super young. So like what's the overall, you know, plan? Like you said, when you're sitting down, and as you have those goals when you're 14 years old, and those goals evolve when you're 18 to 22, what's the goals right now at 27? Obviously, you're doing well. You're in this movie. You're going to be doing more movies. That seems to be something that you enjoy doing. Sticking on the course of acting, but where are the goals for acting? Where are the goals for professional wrestling?
Wow. You know, I'll tell you, I love acting. I have no desire to stop. I want to continue acting. I want to continue doing horror, continue doing thriller. I want to branch out into voice acting, other films, maybe comedies, maybe, you know, that type of stuff. I want to keep going into acting and do tons more of that. Because I know that with wrestling, I bring not only, you know, I could do stunts, I could do a lot of things, but the personality that I bring, I think, is different than a lot of people. Because I have a very different personality. So I would love to be able to continue doing that and continue acting and continue getting in films and just growing and maybe even TV series where I could just for a few months just film. That's my my goals, you know. And I have some really, I'm blessed to say, I have amazing opportunities that are coming up very soon in the film industry with acting and just getting in some really, I think, really big film. A few big films coming up actually that I'm really grateful to say. Wrestling, I don't want to stop. I want to continue wrestling. I have no desire to stop wrestling ever. You know, I want to do both at the highest level. But you know, I think in terms of like promotions, I would love to work for. AEW is one of them because I've, you know, worked there a few times before, and every time I've been there, great time, great locker room. ROH, obviously, AEW owns ROH, but I have a very long history with Ring of Honor, so I'd love to do that. New Japan, I worked for New Japan before, and I had the time of my life, and the passion that they have for pro wrestling is just incredible, and I feed off that, and I love that. And I had one of my big career moments at New Japan, so I would love to do that again. What was the moment? So went pretty viral. I did a spot in the ring with energy drinks where we doubled down. crawl to the corner, pop open the drink, drank it, did a whole comeback. Crowd went nuts. Social media went crazy. And that was a really big thing for me, especially since I just signed. So another thing that blew me up with the followers, like you asked me before.
Yeah.
I went viral at DOA Wrestling in Oregon doing the energy drink spot. Crawled to the corner. First time I ever did it. Cracked open the drink, did a whole spot, went nuts. And 3 days later, Bang Energy sent me a contract.
Oh, cool.
Remember Bang?
Yeah.
Yeah. They had a lawsuit and they had to get rid of all their talent at one point.
Yep.
So then I had, oh shit, but now I have no more sponsorship. G Fuel signed me. G Fuel signed me immediately after that. Once that happened, G Fuel signed me. Yeah.
Can you explain? So not to cut you off because I want to go back to that moment real quick. But can you explain to people if they're learning about you for the first time? Can you tell them what the energy drink where it came from and exactly what it is, so they know? And then I'd like to jump back into this.
No, of course.
Moment.
Yeah. So a bunch of people, wrestlers would like veterans said, Vinny, I was 21 at the time, and I had no character. I was just, young baby face, fun, spunky, but no set character. Now, like Vinny, you drink tons of energy drinks. You have tons of energy. You are super spunky. You're super fun, but I think you just need to involve energy drinks in your stuff. No one's doing it. You got to do it. And that was it. Once I started out entrancing with the drink, holding it in my hand, then started out doing the skits, and those hit immediately. Once I started doing skits, my first one was with Gangrel. That was a big one to start with.
That's great.
Yeah, it was Gangrel, Tommy Dreamer, Renee
cool.
Graziano from the Mob Wives, EC3. Yeah. It was so many people. It was great. It was great.
Yeah.
So the first time I did it in the ring was at DOA in Oregon, where I crawled to the corner, I drank the energy drink, and I, what do you call it? Pop-eyed up, went crazy, hulked up.
Yeah.
And did a whole cool comeback, a bunch of cool moves, hit a big move, and the crowd went crazy. It was just different. And that got the eye of, I guess, Bang. And then Bang sent me a contract that week. I'm driving in the car, getting gas. I'm on the phone with Cheeseburger. I got an email from Bang Energy at something. And I'm like, doesn't seem real. Took the email, scrolled off, put the phone down, kept driving. I'm like, wait a minute. Went back to my email. I read it again. At the bottom, it had the signature thing. When you see an email that's real, it's real. At the bottom, you see the whole signature, the number, everything. Yeah,
sure.
Like, okay, this can be legit. Went over things, got a contract, signed it, and that blew me up because, fans knew you had this character, and holy shit, Bang just signed you. That's crazy.
Yeah, and you can use it. Yeah, and you can use it for the storyline for sure.
Exactly, and then I had the Kurt Angle podcast with that, and that really helped snowball things. And then I had the Road Dogg podcast, that snowball thing. Smart. So there was a bunch of snowball effects that just happened. And then Bang had a thing go on. G Fuel signed me, and the first week I had G Fuel, I used their drinks in the New Japan match, and that went crazy. And they were like, "Wow, we were super impressed. That's crazy. You had your drink on pay-per-view for us. That's crazy."
Are you with them now?
Nope, no. Right now I'm with no drinks right now. There's things in the works.
Okay, great. So that makes a lot of sense. It's a smart gimmick. So you find your way to, like you said, you're able to make that work. And you said what your goals are as far as where you'd like to go. So another thing I think that people would be interested in too, because people who watch my show know my history of wrestling and what I used to work for WWE a long time ago, and people understand that. And so a lot of my audience who aren't wrestling fans always ask questions about it, and so when it comes to, let's say you mentioned AEW and you've been there and you've done things there. Let's say that you're like, okay, you know what? I really want to take my shot here. And I want to try to become someone on the roster here. And I want to try to get on the roster. What's the process like nowadays, right? Like, as you said, you're in with them. You've worked with them beforehand. What's the process like if you wanted to try to get onto that main roster all the time, be one of the guys? How do you do that?
Great question. I think this goes hand in hand with many companies. I would say, obviously, being your absolute best all the time. Don't get ready, stay ready. Always be ready at all times. When the opportunity comes, you kill it. That I think is the most important thing. Once you're given that shot, you give your best and you kill it. And I think and also having a really good social media game really helps. Like there's some guys who just get it. They get signed and they have no followers. They're talented. They look great and they just do it. That's great. But I think if you have a great following on social media, and my social media following now consists of, energy drink fans, horror fans, film fans, all that, which is awesome.
Right.
And, that I think helps me because I have a very broad audience, which is good. I think also having a big audience like that with different fandoms is really good for any talent, because now you're bringing, let's just say I have a match for TNA, let's just say. Now, people who don't watch wrestling, the horror fans will see, okay, cool, let's watch this. So, so everything intertwines into something bigger, in my opinion.
It sure
That's
does.
what I see.
Yeah.
So
you're right, because look, I mean, shit, man, look at, and this is a major extreme to this, but look at Logan Paul, right?
Exactly.
So what Logan Paul did with his following to where, and Logan Paul is a freak of nature when it comes to athleticism, right? So like not everybody does that, but you had to step up. You're a wrestler first, but that is why I brought that up earlier. That is such a smart way to overall look at it, because even when it comes to things where we're talking about normally on our show, when it comes to like interviews and stuff, like so someone who has and I'm not saying this is you, I'm just saying in general this is the way this works, that sometimes someone who has following of 1 million to 2 million followers on TikTok who can't interview someone for dick will get those big interviews because of stats. Now, if you have the stats plus the ability, then and it's very different in wrestling, because you wouldn't be able to do, it doesn't matter if you have 2 million stats, you can't wrestle, you're going to get your fucking head caved in. But so this is something that I think is very smart in how you're doing it and building up that way. And I think that it's especially, again, 27 years old, learning how social media really has benefited you. And I think it's the smart play.
Thank you. Yeah, I think so too. I think, and also having an audience that like loves what you do and supports you is an amazing thing. But to your point, I have seen people who have millions of followers, and the interviews I've seen they get like massive people like who would never do interviews, and they just doing the interview. It's like, wow. So I've seen that. And to your point, you're totally right.
When was the last time you tied your shoe? Thanks.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Right. Oh, we want to drink. What do you like to drink? Oh, yeah. I've seen that.
Right.
I've seen that. And it's, you have to be able to have the ability with that. And also, if you're doing it a long time, your ability should grow. That's one thing I think I believe.
Yeah. Agreed. So, all right, so let's dive into a couple more things I want to ask you. One, staying in the wrestling side of it. So if you're out there, and this could be spread across everything, whether it's TNA, AEW, WWE, you get one match that someone says you can have this one match that you can wrestle whoever it is who's active right now. You would get your dream match. Could be for a championship, could be for, who are you choosing?
Active right now.
Active right now, not of all time.
CM Punk.
Right now, CM Punk.
CM Punk. Yeah.
Is that your guy?
Yeah. My favorite's Bryan Danielson and John Cena, but CM Punk's up there with them. They're not active right now, but CM Punk would be up there with those two, and he's amazing. Looks great right now. Yeah. He's when you're consistently on top, there's something to say about you.
It's true, and he's just so powerful on the mic. I've had the privilege of interviewing him twice.
Nice.
And one time he was in studio, and it was when he was in the transition of coming from, he was on the WWE Fox show at the time. And I remember they told me, because he was promoting a horror movie that he was in. And
which one? Which one?
Shoot,
the one with the house?
Yes. It's exactly what it was.
I loved that movie.
It was a good movie. He was really good in it. And so he came in to promote that. And I remember his publicist going, don't ask him anything, whoever the publicist was. I don't know if it was his publicist or the studio publicist. Said, don't ask anything about wrestling. I said, how can I not ask anything about wrestling? What are you talking about? So then when I did, and we started, because it wasn't like just like out of nowhere. It was like the conversation was flowing and we started talking about wrestling. And so I asked him at the thing about the WWE job, about taking the job, going in there and talking about them and whatever it was going to be, as right as going into it. And he gave me a piece of information. He said, yeah, I went in, I talked to them, and they're probably going to do it. And it blew up and people were talking about it. But like, he came up to me, he said, do you know why I kept talking to you about that? He said, do you know why I kept, that conversation going? I said, why? Because he treated me like a person. And
wow. Yep.
It's only, my point in that is, it's so easy to just have conversations with people, and you don't do gotcha moments, and you don't do shit like, you just have a conversation with people. And I think that also transitions into exactly what you're doing, whether it comes I mean, I've seen, so Freddie Prinze Jr. is also a good buddy of mine. I saw that you did his show too.
Love him to death. Great guy.
He's the best. And he's the same thing. He just, you don't get more honest than Freddie Prinze Jr. You know, and like, and he loves wrestling, and he loves conversation, and you could tell like there's a chemistry to it. So I'm glad that you had an opportunity to talk to him. Glad that we have an opportunity to speak here.
Me too. Thank you.
Yeah, man, and again, CM Punk's a great choice. I'd love to see that match down the line. Fingers crossed.
He's the best. He's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Freddie Prinze Jr. Great human being. He's amazing.
He's great. So last thing before I let you go here is too. So let's talk one more time about the movie. And so people want to go and check it out, because I know it's available now, right? It's on June 2nd. It came out. Tuesday it came out on VOD. And it's you can purchase it as well. So what should people know about this movie kind of going into it?
Outside of it being wrestling, psychological horror, thriller, all these different things in one.
Yeah,
it's got some influence from Pee-wee's Playhouse, Firefly Funhouse type vibe too, which I think it's awesome. I would say the film itself is an experience. You know, the music. I'm a big person when it comes to music and film. When a film has good music, that's huge. Yep. Star Wars, Dark Knight, best soundtracks. So I think that's huge, and I also think how the film is edited, the aspects of the on-screen editing, glitches, I think that really adds a lot to the film, and it's just different. And I guess the best way to put it is watching the films is an experience, hands down.
Love that. And so people can go check that out. You should check that out. Once again, it's June 2nd. It's ready out. Go check it out. And that's Mr. Reset and the Society of Turnbuckle and Bone. Really excited to have the opportunity here to talk to Vinny Pacifico. Make sure you go and check him out. Check him out on Instagram. Check him out on TikTok. Check him out everywhere, because and the thing is, you wouldn't even have to go search for him. This guy's going to pop out on your algorithm pretty soon, I bet you. So, dude, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, Kristian. You're amazing.
Thank you. All right. Once again, go check out the movie. Peace. Really had a blast talking to Vinny. That was a lot of fun. He's a nice guy, man. Good Staten Island kid. Nice to have him on the show, and he's passionate about stuff. And go support his movie, and go check him out on Instagram and tell him that you found him from the show. All right.
Question for you, Kristian.
Go ahead.
You talked about Freddie Prinze. Was he ever close to doing did he do a Schmoedown? I forget.
Freddie? Yeah. Freddie not only
he didn't do Star Wars though, right?
Freddie did 2. Yeah, he did. He did a Star Wars match against against Sam Witwer.
That's right. I can't wait. See, the fans are going to go apeshit for that.
And then he teamed up with Sam Witwer to battle Campia and Ken. There was a big controversy in that match as well. And then he called the Ultimate Schmoedown tournament match with myself.
That's right. How I am for so sorry. Blame the chemo on that one. But yeah, that's awesome. I was thinking like that's a no-brainer.
Yeah. I just kind of noticed that, you know, I told we're doing a show in for stand up with myself, Mark, and Jen Sturger, and they just created the site to buy the tickets, but I don't post it yet because it first of all, it says that it's a movie trivia Schmoedown, which it isn't.
Who did you hire to do this?
Well, no, it's the company, the club, which we're the governors. I'm really excited to perform there.
Hey, if you need me to come with my hoodie, bro, I'll
I know, right? No, and then it also says Saturday, October 8th, and it's
literally everything. Everything's wrong about it.
Yeah, so I'll have some updates on that once it's ready. But it's not ready yet, but I'll let everybody know once it is. Okay, it's right now. Kevin's battling against himself. He crushed.
I love playing with myself.
I know you do. On Wednesday.
Oh, I hope that doesn't get subbed out.
Well, there's nothing you can do that's going to top quite a few of these that are, you know, you get caught in a moment. I guess there was one the other day that you did.
I don't get that because I'm mid-sentence. They're trying to say that I said, and I don't want to say it because then they'll sub that out where I said my love language is.
I think they got rid of it. Yeah, it's gone.
Nice try.
JT, what time of
my love language is fucking But here's what you missed up, PLD, because later I was like, oh, they're trying to make me say, and I said it so clean that could have been your sub out, but too late, buddy.
JT, what type of dinosaur was sick in Jurassic Park? What kind of dinosaur?
Triceratops. Triceratops.
Dude, okay, I'm gonna make sure to make a short. I already did like 4. I got ahead last night. You saw it, right?
You should title it. Is this the worst pronunciation of a dinosaur of all time?
Yeah, I don't know how. Yeah, I'm gonna make a short of that.
I mean, he makes up like 4 dinosaurs.
JT, what type of dinosaur was sick in Jurassic Park? What kind of dinosaur? Triceratops. Triceratops.
Oh no! Triceratops! I win.
What is it?
You know, it's like you see those shorts of like the worst guess on Wheel of Fortune history, and it's like someone just says the stupidest thing.
But he says Triceratops tops, and then he tries to catch himself, and he says another dinosaur right afterwards. One more time.
JT, what type of dinosaur was sick in Jurassic Park? What kind of dinosaur? Triceratops. Triceratops.
Oh no!
So
Santanosaurus.
The first time he says Triceratops tops, and then when he gives a quick second dinosaur. What does he say the second one? PLD, see if you can make this out, because we're kind of talking over him, but I want the audience listen to this and see what he says on his second one. Now the first one he says Triceratops tops. What does he say right after?
JT, what type of dinosaur was sick in Jurassic Park? What kind of dinosaur? Triceratops. Triceratops.
Oh no! Triceratops!
You can't really tell because we're talking over him. But that clip will live. It's 12 years old, and it's one of the best clips of all time.
It'll live in infamy. Yeah, and that needs to be a short. I need to do that. Like those are things that would get random people, because it could just, the algorithm could ride it and just be ridiculous, you know.
PLD says, I think he just repeats it again and is less sure. It's possible. It's possible.
That's even bigger deal. That means it's not like he just said a bunch of things. He literally had the created dinosaur Triceratops.
Triceratops tops.
You know, that's something to do with AI. I'm going to type that into
AI.
Make
a Triceratops tops. You got to make one. You got to make a Triceratops tops. Anyway, all right. We're going to get to we're going to do some other stories, but we really don't have time today. So we're going to get to the some of the questions that Kevin is going to play some games. Now, total Kevin's trying to get an insane amount of what he got on Wednesday. I don't know if he's going to beat it. His Wednesday performance will probably beat his Friday. So let's see if you guys want to throw some questions in there. Please let us know.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready? Ready!
Perfect.
He did that to Roka yesterday.
Oh, good. Okay, so let's get into these games. So we're not doing Gauntlet today.
No, I think we'll. Yeah, I mean, because we have the interview pretty much take the place for the Gauntlet.
Where am I going? What am I doing?
Well, we got lots of fun stuff here. First of all, before we get to that, let's go to SG1, and you'll notice they're horizontal again. Thank you very much. We don't have to deal with that nightmare.
Thank God, that was hilarious.
Just make sure, for shorts reasons, when you start talking, to take it off there, because otherwise I have nothing.
That's fine.
Kristian, which would break the internet harder? You got Toby and Andrew cameoing in Brand New Day. You got Wonder Woman showing up in Supergirl, or the X-Men showing up huge in Avengers Doomsday.
Well, I have questions. Before I answer those.
Sure, go ahead.
Are we talking about the new X-Men, or are we talking about the Fox X-Men?
No, I mean,
because we know that the Fox X-Men,
we know they're in there, yeah. So maybe, let's go with brand new, like a brand new Wolverine. Like you'll see Hugh Jackman, and he's smoking a cigar, and then someone takes the cigar out and says, "That's my cigar, bub," and it pans over, and it's Tom Hardy.
It's the new Wolverine.
Yeah.
See, I would have gone Wonder Woman, because Andrew and Toby. That if that was the first time, it would be them. There's no doubt. But we've seen it before. And we're like, okay, we just kind of assume they're going to be in it as well because of the multiverse stuff.
Well, this is about Brand New Day. And I think if they were in it, it would be a negative. People would be like,
why are you doing that again? Yeah. So no, I don't, I'm going to take them out. Okay. If Wonder Woman is actually going to be like Adria Arjona. She shows up in it. It could help a little bit in the Supergirl push. I don't think, as much as it would be cool to have new X-Men in there, it's not going to be the push that it's going to do well regardless. Wonder Woman could actually help Supergirl a little bit.
Yeah.
If it was in there, if people heard about it and they wanted to see it. In the way that, regardless of Black Adam, you can't argue that that cameo from Henry Cavill helped push revenue. So I would pick Wonder Woman in Supergirl.
Imagine too, Kristian, if they are able to hide the casting up until the after credit scene. Maybe that it's not on any of the preview prints, and then they sneak the preview, the final scene with the prints that they send out to all the theaters. So then on opening night, that's when you find out that your girl is Supergirl or is Wonder Woman or something like that.
Well, and if it was, and someone made the point too from the picture. I mean, you had a picture in there.
I had a picture. Yeah.
If it was Gal Gadot, that positive or negative, that would win hands down. If she shows back up as Wonder Woman, that would hands down.
I happen to believe. Are you familiar with the comics like the Infinity War? No, Crisis on Infinite Earths.
I mean, I'm aware of it.
I do believe. And this is my hopeful belief that intent. Like, this is why I don't really root against James Gunn. I love the Snyderverse. I miss it. Someone did a post on Twitter where it showed he recolored one of the scenes from Superman and added like the Snyder Superman theme to it, and it was all gritty. And I was like, I like that. But I would hope that they pull a Doomsday or a Secret Wars, and in 10 years they can do Crisis on Infinite Earths, and you're gonna have Cavill Superman, you'll have Brandon Routh Superman,
cool.
Didn't
they do it on the CW?
They did it, and they had like Brandon Routh, but he wasn't playing he was playing the old. He had the cool comics. Right? Yeah. Anyways, I do hope that they do Crisis on Infinite Earths and you get one more chance, because I just saw a post. I remember when Cavill tagged every person that played a superhero on International Superheroes Day on like 2017, and this is why I like that he's Lobo. The only one who wrote back was Lobo himself, Jason Momoa. No one else wrote back on his
rated R. He wants rated R Superman. I mean, rated R Lobo.
Heard that. Yeah.
All right, that's a good one.
All right, man. Let's keep going here. This one I'm curious about because I have an answer right away, and I feel like everyone should have this exact answer, but we'll see. One's got to go. SG2. Oh, there you are. We're back to these ones.
That looks a little better.
One's got to go. Okay, Kristian. Aliens, Bigfoot, or ghosts. One is proven real tomorrow, so it's actually two's got to go. Sorry. Yeah. One's proven real tomorrow. The other two are permanently debunked. So what would you rather have to be what was real? Aliens, ghosts, or aliens, Bigfoot, or ghosts?
Aliens, because
you're so wrong on this,
dude. The one is proven real tomorrow. I mean,
get your face on camera, bro.
One is proven real tomorrow. I mean, with all the stuff that's coming out, they just put
this is not what you think is going to happen. This is what you personally, in your heart, wish.
Same is that because I think ghosts and why did someone just take that out? I just put it back on.
It's a ghost did it. A ghost did it.
So if there's there's some people think that it's related to the ghost stuff and the energy stuff to the phenomenon of UFOs and everything too. So that's one thing. Bigfoot, I don't care. You know what I mean? It's like
show up at your door tomorrow, and you'd be like,
"What it is that I don't," because people are like, "Oh, you don't think big?" I don't get into it because I just it's not the thing. To me, I'm fascinated about what's flying around in the sky, footage and everything too. I'm not telling you that. I've made this very, very clear after the Miami Mall incident. I do not say that didn't happen. That's not real. I don't know. I'm just saying, in the same way that some people like, I don't care. I don't want to know about it with UFOs and everything too. That's how I am with Bigfoot. It is a big thing for shitting in the woods. Good.
Same with the Loch Ness, right? Like whatever.
Same thing. There's a big old creature shitting in the water. Great. There's a big Bigfoot, Harry and Henderson shitting in the woods. I just think that the aliens, to me, could explain a lot more about us than Bigfoot could.
This is fascinating because the only answer is ghosts, and here's why. And I realized when I saw an interview with a ghost hunter, and they're like, "Why do you want to do it? Like, would you be so scared if a ghost actually came? If you saw a ghost with your own eyes, and I don't know, maybe you've had a close encounter, or if you felt it, or if you have, then it answers one of the most questions burning on all of our minds is there an afterlife? Like when we die, is it just the lights turn out and we're worm food? Do we go to heaven?
I think
is there
aliens
a purgatory? Or ghosts would prove that our loved ones either are watching over us or like, you
I
know.
think aliens will prove the same thing. I think
Why would aliens prove the same
because of the way that I think it's all a matter of quantum physics. I think all of energy and everything else too. And I think
transferred over?
I just think that there's a lot more to what we see in reality to what it really is, and quantum physics and things. If you can actually bend time and space and zip through freaking things on space, then there's more answers there than I think that people know. And it's more like more people in the mainstream media are. It's like I saw a news report, which I never thought in a million years I would see, because David Grush came out on Tuesday at Capitol Hill. He was a former, for people who don't know, he's a former operative, and it hasn't. And this is a great point. Or I think it was Chris Cuomo who said this. And Chris Cuomo has always been like, it's not about little green men, it's about what's going on in the sky. And he said, well, this guy is saying it is about little green men. He goes, and here's the thing: is I don't know what to believe. This guy just talked about how that the government is actually aware of species. And he said this on Capitol Hill, that they're fully aware of it. And he said, here's my question. He goes, I'm going to tell you what to believe, because my question is, why has no one said two things? One, that this guy is out of his mind and is a lunatic. Don't listen to him. He's a nice guy, but don't listen to him. No one said that because of his credentials. And two, why hasn't there been a statement from the government afterwards? Because he said, listen, imagine if this guy said, yeah, my family was involved in the JFK assassination. They'd be like, no, it's not.
Yeah, they'd come out and say, yeah, no.
This guy just said there's a species that the government's aware of, and no one's talking about it. He goes, that's weird. That is weird. I'm not saying you believe it, just saying it's weird. So
yeah, I mean, I think like dreams and stuff too, like different like levels of reality. Like a quick story: when I was a child actor, and then I befriended a little girl that we were both in an audition at the same time, and my mom befriended her mom, and we actually became good friends. And my mom and her mom would always talk on the phone because they live far away, kind of, but they would always talk about the auditions that we two had and stuff like that. And she ended up being kind of a mini big deal on one of the kids' networks, and I won't say which. And she went on tour to a country, which I also won't say. I just don't want anyone to like Google it and whatnot for privacy. But like we didn't hear from them for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, but we knew they went on this tour. And my mom, I remember coming into my room and she had tears in her eyes. She's like, I just woke up from a dream. And she's like, what? And she's like, oh, well, like her mom said on the phone, like, hey, I'm going to be okay. I'm not going to see you for a while, but I want you to know I'm okay. And my mom's like, that's strange. Well, what happened, and I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it, is we realized on that trip away where she was on a tour, her mom got like killed, ran over or in a car accident, whatever it was. I don't want to get too specific, and died.
Oh.
And that happened a week before my mom had that dream, and we were unaware. So why would my mom have that dream and of someone communicating? And it reminds me that sometimes I've had dreams where I've had like deep conversations with my grandfather. So I wonder, like, I mean, for me, I think I would pick ghosts just because, like, I'd want to know, like, I've lost people.
But even if I can combat that, right?
Sure.
That to me is another reason why I want to know more about, if you listen to these reports on aliens and everything else too, is that circumstance you just described.
Yeah.
There is many people who believe that humans have not evolved to what they're truly capable of with their brains and everything else too, what they can do, whether it's telepathically, all these other things that we don't know how to do. Like, you ever get those moments where you're talking to someone and it's like, you know what they're about to say, and then they say it.
Yeah.
Like,
I knew you were going to say that just now.
Right. And everybody has those moments. And it's like, is there more to that? Deja vu, other things. Maybe the answer is no, there's nothing to it, but I just think it's fascinating. And maybe that's what the answers are. So that's what my hope would come.
Yeah. It's good. I mean, they're good things to have. And I think, I hope it all just increases and helps the human experience. You know,
there was a new UFO dumped today by the government, so I'll be covering that on UFO on the Down to Earth Kristian Harloff channel. If anybody cares.
I was going to ask you, what did you think of that? And it's in my notes. I've been trying to ask you a couple of weeks because I always just keep things that I haven't gotten to. Right over Saul leaving me 2 voice notes at 2 a.m. the other day, which was hilarious. He rewatched our show and was just giggling at 2 a.m.
He loves our show.
Yeah, he loves it. I love hearing it from him. Yeah. He was giggling while you could hear it. I don't know. He was funny. But Miami Mall, Mall. I haven't watched your channel. Did you cover that? What do you think happened at the
That's
Miami
what I just said before.
I didn't know. Yeah.
So initially I was like, this is, come on, this is silly. What are we talking about? And then after really listening and hearing a lot of these things, I don't know what to believe with that Miami Mall thing. Why did they send that many people? Like, did you see how many cops came out?
Yeah, it's insane.
That's like more than like they're like, oh, they thought there was a couple people with guns. I've seen responses to shootings. It ain't that many people.
Yeah.
Like, and there's a lot, but not that many. And then
seen straight out of like ET or like Disclosure Day. Like
it's pretty crazy. But there's also, the craziest rumor that it was is that there was a portal that opened that this thing stepped through and walked around, and then there's footage. There's who knows? It's a crazy story.
Our lifetime, are we going to see an alien autopsy or photos revealed to us in our lifetime or our daughter's lifetime?
I mean, I don't know anymore. I would have told you no a month ago, but now I don't know, because there's some stuff that's floating around that there was a CIA guy who said that's real. And this is another high level official. He goes, that's real footage, but people are going to look at it and say, now it's made in the movies. You say, but that's the art of it. I don't know. But anyway, that's another totally other topic for another time. But
awesome.
Go to the next one.
That's exactly what I wanted from that Smets game. So that's cool.
Are there any Knicks questions in here?
I don't. Did you want me to do a Knicks questions for you?
But I mean, come on.
I almost sent it to you. NBA released the last 5 minutes, but without any commentary, so you just hear the crowds. You should watch it. You'll love it. I mean, even I'm not a huge Knicks fan. I love Knicks doing well. I love when the big sports franchises are doing well.
Yeah, you got to send it to me, because it's just magical here right now. It really is. And it's so much so that my 14-year-old the other day, she's like, Dad, I want to watch the game on Saturday. I'm like, wow, she never watches any.
Oh, that's cool.
Any games. So she wants to watch that, and then it was just it was just an incredible.
I'm just curious if the Knicks lose, will it be like the Purge over there? Like, make sure you get in your panic room, bro.
Well, not where I live. Where I live, it'll be all right.
Roca had a good point. He was saying that they were blocking off people from celebrating outside the stadium, so that's why they filter out into the streets far away from the stadium, and that's why people are getting beat up and stuff like that.
I'm going nowhere near the city. I'll tell you that. I was in the city for game one, the beginning of game one. I can't remember what screening it was.
I remember. Right, yeah, you sent me a picture.
It was last week, whatever it was. And I went to a screening, and I remember getting there, and right as I was getting into Madison Square Garden, people were starting to congregate outside, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be nuts. And I walked. You can walk from. It was at Times Square, AMC.
Yeah,
it's a 10-minute walk, and I felt like walking. But on the way back, I'm like, I'm not walking back. I just jumped on the subway, one stop, went right to Penn Station, because I'm like, screw this. It was going to be crazy by the time I got out, and I didn't do it. But I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow night. Like, I don't know, because I just feel like the Spurs are going to have their backs against the wall, and they are. I mean, they're a great team. I mean, they really are. They're a great team. I mean, it's been these 1-point battles. The whole
that end of that game was awesome.
It was great, and I don't think Spurs fans will tell you that, but
I saw someone post a picture of the Atlanta Falcons logo with the spur at the bottom, and it was like the new logo since they blew a 27-point lead.
True. I mean, look, the one thing I will say is I think it's pretty. Somebody like egged Wemby as he was walking out, and I'm like, you gotta stop doing that. It just reflects poorly on New York fans in general and everything too, like stuff like and everything they're doing. But I will say, I have lost total respect for that guy as a player. I liked him beforehand. I think he's despicable. I think he's a great player, but I think he's despicable. I think he's a dirty player, and and what he tried to do, OG, and what he's in general. He's a dirty player. He's young. He'll probably get better, but he's kind of a bully.
Okay.
So I started from going, oh, this is Knicks. He's a bully. So I'm not a fan of him.
Not on board with him, huh?
No, not at all. I think he's great. I think he's gonna be one of the best players in the league for years to come. But
I want the Knicks to win, but I want a long series. So hopefully by Wednesday, I'll get a Knicks question in there for you, buddy.
Yeah, all right. Let's do
how many more you want to do, and that'll decide what wins.
Well, we got 40 questions right now. I think we can handle if we.
And I do have a heart out this time.
All right, so why don't we do? How many more do you got left?
I mean, I always have a big backup log now.
Let's do two more.
Two more. Okay, ooh, I like it. All right, let's go to if we're gonna do two more. Well, we're talking sports. Let's go to SG5. It's a little in the different sport, SG5, Kristian, which NFL quarterback had the most pressure taking over? You got Aaron Rodgers. He had to replace Brett Favre.
Oh, right.
Steve Young, I remember when he was replacing Joe Montana, and then Andrew Luck, of course, replacing Peyton Manning. Who had the most pressure? Who had the most, going into that that had to replace him? And who? And then the side note is, I think we probably know who do you feel did the best out of those three? Two.
I'm torn between on both answers. I'm torn between Steve Young and what's his face, Rogers.
Yeah,
because I think the pressure was more. The pressure was on all three of them, but I think the pressure was more on Steve Young because of Favre being all legends. The type of San Francisco legend that he was, and he was still kind of
the catch.
Yeah, and he was still there. Favre was pretty much on the way out, and we already kind of seen what Rodgers can do. Young, it wasn't really the case.
Wasn't he thrown in there, right? Like Montana got injured.
Yeah,
I remember that. I remember watching that with my dad on the couch and seeing that when he got tackled from behind, right? Or it was a crazy hit.
Yeah, so I would say, because I would say it was probably Steve Young, and he sustained all the way through.
Yeah, I mean the argument for Rodgers, of course, would be 49er fans, and I have a lot of them in my friend group are rabid, but like Green Bay fans, like Green Bay, that's like
it's like a family.
And like Favre for a time was like their god, right? So it's like,
but Rodgers didn't come in. But Rodgers didn't come in as like, what's this guy doing taking over for Favre? They're like, all right, let's give this kid a shot.
Yeah.
As where Young, it was like, what? Where's Joe? And same thing with Luck. Luck came in and it was like Peyton was he had his run, and everyone's like, okay, it's time. It wasn't time yet and people didn't think it was time, but it clearly was. So,
all right, let's do one more, and we might have room for two more. Actually,
yeah, we got two.
Okay, this one has been in every lineup for like the last 3 weeks, and it's always on the last one. So I'm going to give it a say because I'm curious what you say. It's SG7, and I don't think it'll be a long answer anyway, so we'll have time for it. The photos. Kristian, would you rather be a major creative force on a tiny, independent, unknown film from an unknown director, or an unimportant PA? Well, they would say all PAs are important, but an unimportant PA on a Steven Spielberg masterpiece, like something that ends up being in the pantheon of Spielberg greats.
This is an easy answer. Major creative force on a tiny film from an unknown director.
I gotta see your face for that, bro. Say that again. Back to ones.
All right, this is an easy answer. It's the major creative force on a small film, because you can hopefully try to turn that major creative force from the unknown director into the next big thing. And you could try to look at what happened with Shyamalan back in the early 2000s, right? Like no one knew who the hell he was, and then he comes back. Imagine being on The Sixth Sense during that time and going on that run, as opposed to I had a smaller part in Jurassic Park. Well, that's cool. You probably get a bunch of jobs out of it, but like major creative force. I helped build The Sixth Sense. I helped build Get Out. I helped build this. I helped build that. I mean, that's an easy answer.
And also one could lead to the next. So like if you're 100%. A creative force on your own, and then all of a sudden Spielberg likes the cut of your jib, as they say.
100%. All right, let's do another one.
All right, cool. All right, you know what? We're rolling through these, and these are good. I think they're good quick ones too. So I kind of chose that for Friday. SG8. We're on the Spielberg kick here, and ignore the answers that they're providing. That's just AI being stupid. SG8. So ignore these, but it is funny. You could read the names of these, but this is not. You're not beholden to these.
Okay.
And it's not going to be a movie where it hasn't had a sequel. Okay. I haven't. So the sequel green light, Kristian, you could make one new Spielberg sequel tomorrow based on one of his properties that's never had a sequel. Which would you choose?
Not just those.
No, not just those. That's just AI. Because go back. Let's look at these titles, because AI is just Futog hamming it up right now.
Let me see. Hold on. Okay.
You got E.T. Earth Needs a Hand, Close Encounters of the Fifth Time, and it has you holding up your Critics' Choice Award next to an alien. Saving Private Ryan, Normandy After Dark. Oh my God, what a cash grab that would be. And then Jaws, Great White's Revenge. So, good old Futog hamming. That's when it's hamming it up.
So which sequel out of all? I'd have to look and see all of his movies.
Do you think that there's a rumor that Close Encounters is that Disclosure Day is a sequel to Close Encounters?
I need to watch Close Encounters. because I couldn't tell you because I've only seen like maybe 5 or 10 minutes of that movie.
Someone wrote Terminal 2.
Yeah,
I like that movie.
Let's see. I mean, E.T. would be interesting.
Did you know they had a movie that was written? Have you heard of this?
No.
Oh my gosh. They had, and I'll say, we'll talk more about it maybe next week. They wrote a sequel and it was so dark and scary. It was about his species coming back pissed off to Earth because ET left. And I'm not making this up. The ETs normally aren't brown looking like ET. They're white with red eyes. And you could even see concept art. And it was like supposed to be this scary movie. And then they got scared off of it. I don't know why it didn't get made, but they were like, this is too crazy. Or maybe it was a novel, but they were thinking of a movie.
Okay. Well, I mean, look.
A Majority Report. PLD.
Lost World has, I mean, you know, Jurassic Park. He's done. We've done enough of them. Jaws, no. Minority Report, as much as he jokes, that'd probably be one that we could do that I'd like to see. Hook. I mean,
you know, I did work on Hook.
Did you really?
I used to be part of a loop group as a kid for a while, and I did a lot of big movie properties. And so a loop group is basically you go in with a bunch of kids. Yeah. And so all of those like from the Lost Boys, some of those are little Kevin doing it.
Oh, that's cool. I would say either E.T. or Hook.
E.T. or Hook, yeah.
Or Minority, not Hook, sorry. E.T. or Minority Report.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's War of the Worlds 2. I saw someone say Schindler's List 2. I don't know about that one.
Remember that one. All right, what's next?
That's a fun one, though, huh? I like that question.
Yeah, it's a good question.
I might continue some of those. I'm curious.
Let's do one last one. What's
last one?
SG6. What's that?
What?
What's SG6?
Okay, this is the other one. Remember, after my birthday, I had this was Craig, because all the guys were visiting me, and I just never. This kept getting pushed. So let's go to it. I love it.
ATE says Greg the Barbarian.
In honor of Danhausen, this is when he was just popping up. Pick one of the following comedic wrestlers, Kristian, and then I want you to give me the elevator pitch to turn them into a main eventer. What would you do? You got Santino, Doink the Clown, R-Truth, the Hurricane, Goldust, Fandango, Hornswoggle, or again, the Food Talk Hand Me Up, a confused fan.
There's only one answer for the time period that it was at and the ability, who the best wrestler is out of all of them.
Okay.
It's Doink the Clown.
I thought you'd say Hornswoggle.
At the time that he was wrestling, his gimmick worked tremendously.
Yeah.
He wasn't goofy when, you know, as much as he was the clown, he was a great wrestler. He was a great wrestler.
Yeah.
And in 1991 or whatever it was, if you gave him the belt for a little bit of a stretch, it wouldn't have been crazy back then. Yeah. It would have worked. It wouldn't work today.
But here's what I'm asking today.
Oh, today you're asking.
Yeah. Now here's the thing, though. Not Hornswoggle. Doink's music theme. Remember, it starts out as like a dun, 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 and then it's like this creepy theme.
Yeah, creepy.
If you went like the Heath Ledger Joker route with him,
or maybe like Pennywise.
Like how Sting was Joker a little
Pennywise.
bit. Yeah, Pennywise.
Yeah, if you made him like a Pennywise type clown, you could almost turn him in. If you went more a little darker with him and made him Pennywise, yeah, I still go with Doink with his ability.
No, I love that answer. I was going in thinking to say R-Truth because he kind of was a main eventer, like when he was like
R-Truth is better as comedic and in the way that he was doing it, and I just don't think overall they tried to do something a little bit more serious with him when he came back after that debacle when they cut him loose, and they botched it, but I think Doink is the answer.
I have one more I want to ask you because I think we have enough time, and because this is the other one that's been in like I said, I make these lists and then they just keep.
All right, let's do it. Then we got some questions.
Okay, this is it. Ready? Yeah. This one's been here for a long time. SG3.
SG3. That one. Oh, I see it.
And by the way, we're gonna get a 3-minute. I'm gonna get a 3-minute Saul voice memo about his pitch for Doink now. I can't wait. All right, Kristian. Which movie or genre or franchise per se would you love to see a Josh Trank style Chronicle found footage retelling? Right, I thought that was brilliant when he did that with the Chronicle thing, and I was like, oh, no brainer. I always wanted to do a Santa Claus found footage, but for you, cool. Kristian, which movie genre or franchise would you love to see a Josh Trank Chronicle found footage style retelling? And let's pick a franchise instead of just a overall genre.
That's interesting because.
I know I always put you on the spot on these tough ones.
Yeah, they're harder to do. But maybe something.
Maybe a few options if you want.
Maybe something like outside of just an IP, maybe more of a genre.
Sure.
Maybe something in the fantasy realm. Like not necessarily Chronicles of Narnia, but something like where the kids or whoever it is when they're going through the wardrobe, they've got cameras with them, and you see but yeah, it actually looks real, know, and that's the kind of stuff now that will happen that they'll as people start to bend the knee a little bit to the AI stuff in a couple of years, which is going to happen. People can yell and scream about it, but it's going to happen. They'll be using things like that, where you won't even know. I was watching Toy Story last night, and it's all legit. It's all real animation. I mean, there's no AI. But I was watching it, and I'm watching this one scene. I'm going, if this was AI, no one would be able to tell.
No, well, especially with animation.
That's what I'm saying. Animation in general. Animation is the craziest. So I don't know.
Someone just wrote, Alien. Imagine if the guy has like he's like a holo cam and he's like, hey, I'm trying to get out of here. Like,
there was an Alien found footage movie. Not Alien franchise, but Alien. But anyway.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I always thought that. Like, I think a fantasy one, they have those like AI videos where a girl's like on the Titanic and she's like vlogging from there, and it's total AI. It's a little
that's a good one.
Yeah, right. In the chat, if you have any super chats, because I feel like there's a couple that Kristian and I haven't. That it's probably tip of our tongue.
Tons. I'm terrible at when it comes to those. I would say in the future, don't do a lot of those because I'm terrible at them. How
about this? These are ones where I can give you the night before. You know what I mean? So you could think about it the night before.
Well, but and then if I don't, then it's on me. So let's see.
I didn't. Wow, I'm sorry. I'm taking notes from you today. Sorry, bro. Just kidding.
Oh no, it doesn't. No. But the fact you knew it wasn't, no, because I just know that they have to make announcements of it if they were, and that Andrew Stanton wouldn't be doing that. So that's the answer is if they came out and said that they did use it for some scenes, I wouldn't be surprised.
Filling in frames, a couple frames here and there, extending.
It wasn't.
When you do slow motion, you're almost doing like, I get what you're saying.
It wasn't that the fact that you knew it wasn't. I knew it wasn't because it was Pixar, and it just looks. So that's I assumed more so. I didn't know. So it wasn't a matter of just
10:25. Kristian, we have time for one more, and then I clear the decks. Then I can start fresh next week.
Well, if you want, it's just because we got to go through 44 questions.
I know, but it's only 10:25.
All right.
This is a quick one for you.
All right, what do you got? Which one?
All right, that's SG4. Because then you just want to clear the books. You want to clear it.
Got it.
Settle down. Smets games. Kristian, bring back one dearly departed actor for one more movie, and you don't have to tell me what movie it is unless it comes to mind. Yeah. Chadwick Boseman, Heath Ledger, Robin Williams, Chris Farley, or John Candy. You could bring him back for one movie. He comes back, does the movie, then he says his goodbye, and then goes back to heaven.
Again, all great, and we'd be blessed to get them back. All of them, all great, and gone way too soon. For me, there's only one answer. Because it's really there's only been one time that I've actually really shed tears over a celebrity passing.
Okay.
And that's Robin Williams. Robin Williams is one of my all-time favorite comedic actors ever. Pleasure of meeting him once.
Oh, you got to meet him.
Comedy Store. He performed at the Comedy Store. I'm so mad about this. He had this he was performing at the Comedy Store he went into the main room of the Comedy Store. And he was performing without the microphone, and he was just projecting to everybody without the microphone. And he had all these bottles of water, and he took one of them, put the cap back on it, and threw it, and landed right near me. I grabbed that shit. I was like, I have Robin Williams water bottle. It's amazing. And I kept it on my ex-girlfriend, threw it out.
Oh,
fucking asshole. So
you dumped her then, right?
No. But it was but when he was in the back. We're in the bar. We were allowed to go as paid regulars, and I went and I saw him, and I said, "That was great, Robin." He's like, "Oh, thank you." He was very shy, and it was just the coolest moment ever.
And I know these are not. Would you have an idea for him? Would you want to see him finally be the Riddler, like was always promised?
Or? Yeah, he was supposed to be the Joker, and he got screwed out of it. Because
out of just for leverage to get Jack, right?
Yeah, but yeah, Robin. Jamie Costa, who is just uncanny as Robin Williams, that whenever he does it, it just makes me feel like Robin's alive for a little bit. Like if you've ever seen the Robin Williams thing that he did, I still think that he should be cast as Robin Williams. It's not an impression; he literally becomes the man.
Yeah.
So I would say Robin Williams.
Well, I think I agree with someone in the chat who said there are no wrong answers.
No, there's no.
I would say Robin Williams for sure. I would also
John Candy, Chris Farley, Chadwick Boseman. I mean,
there's so many others.
All All of them. Heath Ledger, all great choices, and yeah, you can't go wrong with it anyway.
Do you agree? You don't want AI bringing him back, right? Like how they did it with Val Kilmer. Or where do you land on that?
To me, I have the stance of what does the family want? I don't believe that his family would want him to come back. I'm talking about Robin in general. I don't believe that his family will, because his daughter, when the Jamie thing came out, people were, look at this, and she's like, look, this is nothing against Jamie. Jamie does a great job. Stop sending this to me. Like, I lost my dad. Like, I don't. It's like he's not back. You know, you leave me alone.
Yeah,
and you might feel the same way about that. Now, other people might not feel that way. I feel like we're going to see Bruce Willis in a movie in like 10 years.
Yeah,
like young Bruce Willis. I think we're going to see Bruce Willis in a movie. I think they're going to sign that his rights, and he's still with us, but he's just not doing very well. But I think Bruce Willis will be I think we're going to see another Die Hard movie with Bruce Willis in my lifetime.
And PLD, you say you're against it, but if Bruce Willis right now alive signs a thing and says, "Yeah, I'm down," and his family's down, are you still against it, or is that okay?
He's at, look, and again, I think that there's people that right now are just heels in the ground against it, and that's their prerogative.
Well, if PLD's anti-AI, I was sending him my KOTOR AI videos. He's probably like rolling his eyes at him
with his pants off. All right, so let's get into these questions, because that was the last one, right?
Yeah, no, thanks. I cleared the deck, man.
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
See, when we're focused and we don't stray, we can really get through some good ones.
PLD, please let me know if there's any questions that I missed. I'm starting with Sam A. What's the better New York sports moment? David Tyree helmet catch in Super Bowl 42, or OG's game-winning tip-in for the Knicks in Game 4 of the NBA Finals? Ask me that at the end of this series, because here is the difference. Tyree catches the ball, they win the Super Bowl. They've won the championship. If OG wins that game and Knicks still lose, it's a great moment, but it didn't lead to the ring.
Can I throw one in there that he didn't bring up? And I wonder where you think of it. The Aaron fucking Boone home run, right? Isn't that a huge one?
That's a big one, but that wasn't the World Series though. So I'd still say Tyree over. That was a massive moment, and PLD still has nightmares about it. But I would definitely put. Yeah, I would still take Tyree. Tyree's helmet catch was out of control. It was awesome. But that OG play was. I mean, you watch what he does. And when he throws the ball in, he's the one that throws it in. And then once Brunson takes the shot, he's running towards the basket. He doesn't know if Brunson's going to hit it or not. He's running at 127 miles an hour, and then it's like a miracle play. So if they win the championship, I would give it to him. He also says, Kristian, before you and Ming start season 2 of The Invincible, there's an Adam Eve special episode that starts before the beginning of season 2. Yeah, I've heard that. So we'll check that out as well. How long is that, by the way? Does anybody know? Griffin Shaw Media. Yes, my favorite Wednesday show gets a Friday encore. Yep. And speaking of more things reacting and stuff too, Sam and I put a reaction of Michael yesterday. Tomorrow is Mortal Kombat 2 with Ming. Today is Andor episodes 7 and 8. 7, 8, and 9. Yeah, 10, 11, 12 is on Tuesday. So make sure you go and you check that out. Lincoln West. Kevin, your KOTOR season 3 trailer kicks ass. Love your choice for a Karth Metro love story. Also, love the return to Terrace.
Yeah. Did you? I know you retweeted. Do you ever watch the things that I read?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. We did our own the novel really, I think, just butchered Revan and then made him like a mini boss in the MMO. So we did kind of like what J.J. Abrams did with Star Trek 09, where we made it doesn't discount. If people love the MMO and they love the novel, it still exists. But we did a thing where our timeline veers off and has our own thing. And so we're doing this full KOTOR 3 story. And yeah, it's going to factor into the story a lot. But Mitra, of course, is the main hero of KOTOR 2. And we give her a love story with Karth. And the group's going to return to Terrace, which is fun because Terrace was destroyed, obviously, in the first movie. So thanks. I'm glad you liked the trailer, Lincoln, and always appreciate you in the Discord. Big fan. Armada, love Disclosure Day. It has some issues with character, story, and tropes. I agree. But I overall enjoyed the hell out of it. Classic Admiral mixed with modern. Yes, I feel the exact same way. And I think that you're either in for that or you're out. NWO spans for life. Hurting after that loss, but sending prayers for Kev. Yeah. Well, sorry you lost, buddy. But thank you. I'll take the prayers. Thank you. Lincoln West.
Jedi Way is fun. Roka said new show with the crew. I give you guys so much credit for doing that show still.
Well, we're not. But
Oh, you're not. Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, there's just the Star Wars. I
Yeah.
love being on that show. I loved it with Laura, and I love being on that show, obviously, with Roka, who's just I had a lot of fun when he was on this show. He's like one of my favorite people. And so doing a show now with Frank, we were doing the Jedi Way, but out of circumstance, I've been so busy with work that I wasn't able to do anything last month. So we didn't get to do Maul or Mandalorian. And so we were just all talking. We're like, well, it was on me, by the way, for Jedi Way not being around for a while. Definitely my schedule. But Roka was thinking about, because he does I like doing a show with him, and he does like doing a show with Frank, and the three of us are kind of really fun together. So Roka's we're probably going to retool it. I don't know what it will be, but it'll be where we'll talk Star Wars, but it won't be the only thing. So I think, the Jedi Way, as far as what is probably going to be retooled into something else. But I absolutely adore being on the show with Roka and Frank. So
I still think you should do similar to what I do. I think you should do the John Roka show.
John Roka show, where you just talk about
and you can talk about whatever you want. And you start if Star Wars is the lead topic of that day, then make it the lead topic if you want to do. And then instead of doing Geek Buddies and everything, but that's up to him. He's been
we have some ideas. Like he even mentioned, so I think that's okay to say. Like we had ideas where I have my fandoms that he doesn't know about, or Frank's. It's like every week maybe I bring something that I love, and then Frank that we talk about the stories I want to talk about, he wants to talk about, and Frank wants to talk about, and then it all comes together. That's just early ideas. I'm not sure what we'll do, but I love John, and the Jedi will come back in a different form, most likely.
All right, let's see. Next one, Ayoshi. Still waiting for the pump up the volume reaction. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know where it's streaming right now. I love that movie. Sammy, RIP to Ronnie's credit card. It had a good run. I don't know. I think he's back. Smog. Yeah, I think so. Going through a bit of a rough patch. Oh, Smog, I'm sorry. Thank you so much for the show. As a great distraction, Kristian. You're welcome, and thank you for watching. Smets, chat, and all the other hosts. A few laughs go a long way. I mean, that's the most we could ask.
And like I said it earlier. I don't know if you heard it, but we are the hardest on ourselves, Smog.
It's true,
and it's always good to remember, even if you have to say it to yourself in your head. Repeat yourself, that today's going to be a good day. Like just try. It's always, we're always veering off course a little bit, and just takes little nudges to get us right in the way of positivity. So I'm praying for you to have your day turn around and have your rough patch turn around.
Ron H. Boo suckers could not be on Thursday. Life stuff. Didn't win the lottery though. Fook nuts. Where's my strain? Where's my pants? There he is. He's back.
Speaking of the lottery, when you forget to have piles of lottery tickets, I turned it in. I had to go to the gas station, and I had a $30 winner on one.
Look at that. See?
On one ticket, which means that I was six. It was either two numbers and the mega, or three numbers without the mega. Three numbers away from buying the Schmoedown and starting it up.
That's a long way away. I wasn't on the show either yesterday. So, Smaug, Smiter, nor Rocks. And by the way, Winston, I didn't mention this. Winston had to work this week, so he'll be back next week. Next week, we should have everybody back in their normal times.
Nice.
Roxy and Mike will be back on Tuesday. Roku will be on Monday. There's not next week. No, not next week. Not this Monday, rather, but the following Monday, I will be off the show because I'm going to see Supergirl in the morning on the 22nd.
By the way, Saul just sent me a text. Very nice of you, Saul. He wrote, I found footage of the doctors looking at your scans this weekend, and he has a clip from Spaceball saying, we ain't found shit.
That's good.
Thanks,
Ron H. Exercise sucks. Fook more. I mean, that's exercise. So hopefully with someone who tolerates you, or go high tech, lots of good machines for exercise, really.
So he's saying fook more, meaning have intimate relations with someone for your exercise.
Yeah. Fuzzy Bubbles. Hope the Knicks win Saturday. One hell of a game Thursday. I mean, it was absolutely bananas. I mean, like everywhere, just the entire, even yesterday, walking around talking to some of the people that were at the screening, and I wore my Knicks shirt yesterday, and it was it's just it's a very special place right now.
And this is why I like that a team like the Knicks are in here, because if it was, and I don't want to name any cities because they get mad, but if it was two other cities that aren't as big as like New York, like it's not the talk of everything,
No, and
there are good games. There's been series where like the ratings tanked because it wasn't the big markets, and I'm not
right. And we got to also realize Los Angeles has had a few championships over the course of like the last 5-6 years or whatever it might have been.
We had the bubble season championship. Or are you talking about for basketball? But yeah,
Dodgers. No, in general, the Dodgers. I mean, when was Lakers won like at least 5 or 6 years ago, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, the LA's had New York hasn't had a champion since the Giants.
Yeah. It's good. I like the big markets having
that was
them.
the last one. So
Also, it's cool to have the big bad like New York, like the
Yeah.
when the Yankees are good, it's always fun.
100%. They haven't won since 2009. Okay.
That's
Support
crazy.
during the interview. Prayers up, Smasher. Thank you, Dragon Breath.
Thanks for Mr. Walter White.
Ron H.
Mr. White.
Great. Oh, did you see it? I'm so glad you saw it. I was running on almost no sleep, so that my life had been dulled my enjoyment. Still fun though. Go watch. I'm telling you, if you can find that movie in the movie theater near you, go and see it. It's a lot of fun. Chatter's getting blocked. Haskell explain. I don't know. Not me. I didn't block Haskell. I would never block. Ed's
gonna throw someone else under the bus in a second.
Yeah. Tell me what happened. Ed couldn't have gotten blocked. Ed's like he's got carte blanche. Sometimes only support.
CLD, I see your text. Yes.
I have is the bra. I have. Okay, Ron H. So live daily 77. I agree. I love the big bro, little bro dynamic with you two. I probably spit, take, laugh every show, especially when you bicker. Haha, but you can see it's love. Yeah, I mean, there's this we crack each other up. We'll be in the middle of something. What I like about it is like if you can bust each other's chops, and then in the middle, like there was so many that Kevin will realize. Like even one of the reasons Kevin has a good camera now is because he used to have a camera that looked like he was shooting from a potato. And I used to say to him how horrible it was, and he would do what he's doing right now. He laughs, and he's like, I mean, it was atrocious.
Oh man, yeah, dude, I love it. And again, like I don't get. You could say anything to me, you know. I'm not gonna get mad at anything. Like it's not coming out of my face on Wednesday.
Comedic mad is good.
Yeah, I gotta say.
Ron H. The bra is not mine. I didn't steal it. Sniff it. Okay. Jeez. Sometimes was left there. Now mine.
Why don't you read that one as Dumbledore, bro?
Yeah. Did we get the music? You're supposed to have the music, remember?
Yeah, sorry.
I forgot about that. Live daily. Also, prayers for clear scan Smets. It will.
Man, you know, every one of these it hits me hard. I had a rough morning this morning. I did a short and a little vulnerable on there, but thanks, dude.
Good. It will be. It will be. Ron H. Can't be a wrestler. No junk to show in briefs. That's fair. Smaug. Support for Smets tomorrow. You'll crush it. There you go. Nathan Drake. Snyder said 65 million is a bad opening for Disclosure Day. You think Spielberg has a draw he once did? His last big box office was Ready Player One. He's not. He doesn't have the kind of pull today, the way A he used to. B the way Nolan does now.
Yeah.
He neither does Scorsese. It's got to be the right project, and so this movie comes out in 1993. It's a smash hit. It's huge. Today, even if it's classic kind of Spielberg, we've talked about this many times over. The attitudes and appetites have changed for moviegoers and for who's going to the movies. So I don't think he had the draw that he once did. He clearly still has it, at least in my opinion. I thought the movie was excellent. But 65 domestic, the question is, what is it going to make worldwide? I don't know. What do you think, Kev?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I just think that and I know it's not just the horror movies, but the younger crowds like when they want to go to the theater and get scared and like fun I would definitely.
I want to see what it does worldwide, but I won't. I never said that I thought it was going to do great.
Yeah,
because of what we just said, because I just don't know how much of a draw.
Oh, highlight Saul's thing. He just did it. It's like right 10:40. This is what he talked about. This is what he left me like a 3-minute voice memo at 3 a.m. I guess I called the show a fucking nightmare when I was trying to get centered on the.
Oh, it was so good.
I'm trying to figure out if that would be a funny short or not.
That was pretty good. It was like, well, it reminds me. So I told this story before, but my wife loves it. My wife's favorite story is about my dad. And my dad a while ago, this is probably, I don't know, it's gotta be 5-10 years ago at this point, but he was looking, he's like, I need you to help me with this document on my computer. And I'm like, all right, so what you got to show me? He's like, hey, here, look at it. So he takes his phone, he sticks it on the computer. He's like, so what's it say right there? I go, well, I can't see it. Then you gotta move it over. He's like, all right, what about now? I go, you're shooting all the way over to the left. And he goes, all right, what about now? I go, now you're on the right. He's like, all right. He's like, damn it. So what about right now? I go, it's on the top. And he goes, all right, I'll figure this out. Hold on. He goes, what do you see now? I go, now I see bug spray. He goes, bug spray? You see bug spray? Hold on a second. I'll call you back. and when we bring that up, like,
that sounds like our conversation on the website.
But when we bring that up, like my dad does not find that funny. So what do you mean? And like anytime I say bug spray, my wife loses it.
I was even trying to show you my phone. That's doing the same thing he was doing.
That's what I said. When you're showing the picture of your daughter, it was like it took so
It takes long to get.
It took so long to find. By the time it actually focused on her picture, you pulled the camera away.
Well, it was a picture of her with Castle Grayskull.
Right. I know I saw, but we got it at the tail end. All right. Let's see. Next one here. And that's Ron. No talk, just do. Pulling off pants. All right, fair enough.
Ooh.
Pants off, doing something. That guy calling 911. All right. Me and a crazy
little skit we got going here.
Strain mango haze. I'm confused about mangoes right now.
Does it taste like mango?
Maybe. Nathan Drake. The JTE versus Ellis thumbnail is great. Yeah, Luke's been making some really good ones for that one. And then so Kevin had already suggested this, but Luke was already going to do this.
Yeah, he's on it.
Yeah. So once we get to, because we're going to try to change them up for the second round, but let's keep it consistent for each season. Season 2 with the teams will have a different look than season 1, so that way you'll know as you go through it. But the next one tomorrow is gonna. I'm thinking, because the trial is tomorrow's episode. Should I just run the trial and then not run a match and then run the
right? Because again, when you compete, you compete against yourself when you do 2.
Yeah.
At once.
But there's going to be days like that though, where there's like these extra behind the scenes footage stuff things too that just going to
give it its own day. I still say it. I just think it's a waste. Sometimes when we'll text, I'll be like, "Why did you do that short right now?" and blah blah blah. Like,
I posted a short this morning. I posted the Dre De Matteo one with the.
Oh, cool.
Let's see how it's doing.
Here, my other request, Luke, if you're watching, I don't know if he's here.
I don't think he's watching today.
Intergeekdom matches, please all have them green. That I love that green. It felt. And not that it was because of Smasher Green, but like even as a fan before I did, it's like you knew where you could find the Intergeekdom matches being green.
Yeah, I can't believe the Jennifer Esposito clip has like 1.1 million views. It's crazy. Okay. Yeah. Next one after that. Prayers and support for you, Kevin. There you go.
Thanks, man.
Perfect. Okay. Nathan Drake. Will Supergirl be number 1 that week, or will Toy Story be the leader in its second week?
If you want the answer, find out by watching the short on Kristian's channel.
Toy Story will be number 1 again, 2 weeks in a row.
Oh, you think? Okay,
yeah. Toy Story 1 comes out, and it's going to be over 150, 160 million, if not more, in its opening weekend. Supergirl will be around 65 million in its opening weekend. So the drop off, I think for week 2. If it hits 65, maybe 55, and then I think Toy Story week 2 will be 70. So I think Toy Story 2 will win 2 in a row. Ron H. Universe, Fook with me, leave everyone else, especially Kevin. You hear me? I will be upset if you Universe do something crappy to those around me.
Thanks, I take that as a prayer for me. Thank you.
Did Haskell get into crack again? Winston needs to lock up stuff. Haskell blocking people left and right. Mad with power. I don't know what's going on. There's a lot of drama, I guess, in the comment section. I don't know what's happening. Ron also says flirt and filth. Eddie Murphy never swore, I think. Hey, it wasn't him. Is Freddie Prinze related to Prince? No, he's related to Freddie Prinze. It's one of my favorite stories about and I think that when I interviewed Joe Piscopo, which we should pull some more clips. I have that one too.
There's one. I have one. He talked about Chappelle, I think. Yeah, no, that was Dane Cook talking about Chappelle. I have a Joe Piscopo.
Yeah, he tells a Rodney Dangerfield thing too, and it's a story that a lot of people have told also. But it's just like, hey kid, maybe you shouldn't curse as much. And then and then he's taking a piss next to Eddie after Eddie blew up. He goes, maybe I was wrong. So good.
I like that. I have, dude. Same wavelength. I do have that full interview on my system, so I'll definitely.
It's a good one. Yeah, that one to me. That was one I actually did that one for because me and my dad used to watch Joe all the time too. I told Joe as much too, and Joe had a good time.
Is that a Collider one or is this you?
That was my channel. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Let's see. We have another one. That's a good one actually. I like that one. It's not really cheating if it's eaten. Wise words. Well, that was Arnold. It's not cheating. Tyler Moore. I love Disclosure Day and I was wondering where a good place to start for a deep dive into UAP info is. Is the Age of Disclosure doc good for that? So the answer to that is yes. I think that's a good gateway for people to come in because it had a lot of information in there that I already was aware of, a lot of people inside the community, but it's a good place to go. Like my buddy James, who has done a complete 180 from being someone who's like, you don't really believe in this stuff, do you? He's all in now. No. And so at Age of Disclosure was one of the things that got him. My friend John was another one. I would say that's a good one. The other one that I watched that got me into it, similar information that was in there, was a thing on National Geographic called investigating I think it was UAP investigating the unknown or something like that. It was a 4-part series. But Age of Disclosure is the more recent one that has a lot of interviews with a lot of high up people. If you want to start getting the Varginha case, to me is the most fascinating one. That's outside of this one. The Age of Disclosure is really about the government, military talking about these things. You listen to pilots talking about it, what they've seen, footage, New York Times article. So that's probably a good one. Then if you are all in on the topic, I highly suggest James Fox's documentary of Moment of Contact. Smets, you should watch that.
Which is called Moment of Contact?
Moment of Contact. It's on YouTube.
Okay.
That one will fascinate you. And recently, the guy who was the head of Brazil of the one of the heads of government of Brazil recently came out and admitted that all of it was true.
James Fox, right?
James Fox.
All right, I got queued up for work today.
Ron H. Try to wear no Topsosaurus. Dinosaurs are crazy. Yeah. Joshua Gonzalez. Sebastian Stan is Victor Zaza.
I saw this. I hope not.
But why isn't he Harvey Dent? I thought that was the whole
saying
point.
that Brian Tyree Henry is Harvey Dent now.
But why? That was I don't know. All right, let's see how it comes out. Ron H. Disclosure Day and Stop That Train today. Oh yeah, that's the other one that people were talking about. Should I have switched the order? Nah, if I don't like Disclosure, RuPaul can make me laugh. I'll strain the brain. That's fair. I'm very curious. It looks like people you either love Disclosure Day or you don't like it at all. Doyle over movies, man. My dad played with Steve Young. Charles Mann. Wow. How cool is that?
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
My dad was an architect, but dude, your dad played with
Charles Mann. Come on.
That's awesome.
That's cool, dude. Thanks for watching.
I love the Man Do I Love Movies. That's a clever name for it. That's your YouTube
now that we see what now that we know who he is. Yeah, he was the man. That's cool. Charles Mann. Okay. Let's go to the next one here.
Oh, I came up with a good
great
Smets game for next week.
Jay Stun. Watched Disclosure Day last night. I really enjoyed it. See what I'm saying? Last 10-15 minutes for the most gripping. Theater was dead silent. It felt so real, like it was actually happening in real life. I wish. I'm telling you, just pay attention and watch. And look, if you want, this is why I do my channel. So the UAP channel, I don't do shows like this where they're like an hour and a half, 2 hours long on that channel. Most videos are like 8 to 10 minutes. And it's just the story of the day that I find the most compelling of the stuff that's going on today. It might be a little longer today because I'm going to be covering the UAP dump that went out today. But if you want to check it out and you're curious about the topic, browse around on that channel. It's just called Down to Earth with Kristian.
That was cool. You got to talk to Thomas Jane about it a lot too.
Yeah, he's really into it. I talked to quite a few people. I was doing interviews on this channel for a bit and the other channel. We talked to Timothy Gallaudet, who is a former Rear Admiral. We talked to Ryan Graves, who's one of the pilots who testified at the 2023 hearing. Oh, wow. I interviewed a lot of people, but I stopped doing the interviews because I wasn't going to dedicate that much time the interview wise to it. I talked to everybody. I talked to a lot of people, and I probably still could, but when I went all in on the reactions and everything else too, I had to divide my time. So
yeah, I've always said one of your strongest things to me is your interview skills. I compare you to Howard, and that's high praise because Howard's great too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just a matter. Look,
Howard, not Howard Finkel.
And I'll throw this out to the audience because I don't think that anybody does. Or if you do, if you know a good talent booker as well too, and people who really can dive in and get us some like really big guests as well, please. We're working with somebody really great right now, but I just want to try to get the best guests possible. And which is what I was talking about with Vinny, is that there are times that I'll see, and it's a numbers game now. And even with 225,000 subscribers, I see people with, 800,000 followers on TikTok, and they're getting interviews with huge people, and it's like, but they're asking these questions. It's just like,
God, drive me nuts.
It drives me nuts. It drives me nuts. And I'm like, it's not a hater thing, because it's just a matter of like, I'll watch them going, okay, because I give credit where credit's due. If there's somebody in there who's got, there's tons of people with great followings who are amazing conversationalists. And you look,
I know an A-lister, or he used to be an A-lister. I worked with him personally. I should
reach out. Yeah. And then
maybe once. Yeah.
And then no, but that's a yes. People I look at some of these comments, people don't understand the way it works. It's like, Someone said reach out to Corey. He's working for DC. They Warner Brothers will get them people, and then they have publicists that are outside that. So it's like I'm independently. I'm on my own. I'm not working with any of those companies. When I worked for Collider, I used to get everybody. But then when you're working out on your own, it's just a different game. So
we'll get there. I mean, it's one of my reasons why I like working with you, and my self-interest of getting your channel bigger is so you can get those interviews, so then you can start doing what what you do really well.
Apparently there was a super chat that we missed that says Spider Noir Rocks could watch 10 seasons of it, and that was
that was on there. We talked about it.
Okay. Yeah. I guess
because I thought I meant a mental note to ask if you had seen it or not.
I didn't see that question. I guess not.
Do you not want to watch that show, or are you saying?
No, you know what's funny is that I do. It's just I'm not like it's. This is how I get with shows. It's like there are certain shows you can't keep me away from. I'm watching it no matter what. Like I'm gonna start watching. There's this show that on Apple that I'm watching. I got early that I can't talk about what I got yet, but I'm like, you're not keeping me away from the show. We're watching this show. I'm gonna watch all of it. I'm gonna be excited to talk about it when I can. There is like 12 Monkeys right now. I'm just haven't had the time, but because of the Knicks and everything else with the screenings and stuff, I haven't had a chance. But that's the show that I'm watching. House of the Dragon. I just got episodes 1 through 4. We're watching those. When those come out. So the X-Men 97. I'll be watching that. Spider Noir. I'm curious about. I'm just not rushing out to see it.
It's getting good reviews though.
Yeah, no, I heard it's great. Sarah loves it. Let's see. Where's the next one? Okay, hold on. Ron, try to wear no Topsosaurus. So we did that one already, right? Yep.
No, you didn't.
Yes, we did. We did that one already. Disclosure Day. Stop. My dad played with Steve Young. That was it. Okay.
Oh, we did do that. Yeah.
We did this one too.
Yep.
Shoot.
There you go.
Yoshimitsu, part 1 and 2. Not a sports guy, but I do have a favorite sports moment. Germany beating Brazil 7-1 at home in the semifinals of the 2014 World Cup. I'm sure that was a big
yeah.
Yoshimitsu, part 2. The highlights kept being uploaded as sites as young Brazilians F my entire It's hilarious. Knicks in 5, baby, says Jason.
Do you want him to win, or do you want?
I want it to be over. I want it to be over. I don't want it. I want it to be over.
Selfishly, I want 7.
I want it to be over. I want them to win it. I don't care if they're in San Antonio. I want them to win it. I just don't know if San Antonio is going to go out without fighting.
Oh, they're coming. They're going to come pissed, dude.
Yeah. And then Wamby will probably try to break everybody's legs and be the dirtiest guy in the history of the world. Smug, agree with you about Robin Williams. Shed tears with a friend. Told me about his death while I was watching 1 Hour Photo, coincidentally. Enhanced my childhood and miss him a lot. Yeah, that I remember that episode of Schmoes that we did. It was
Do you remember where we were for not to side? No, continue with your thing first, because he paid.
It was that we did a whole Schmoes tribute to him.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Do you remember where you were? I remember where I was when we found out Kobe died. Do you?
I was on the plane.
Oh, because after our New York live event, I was up there. Remember?
There was 2 things that happened during that time. One, the Kobe news. Yeah. It was right when COVID was starting to get crazy, because my wife was telling me on the phone. I was walking around the city. We just got Prince Street Pizza, and she was telling me, she's like, this thing's starting to move. My brother's like, you're getting worried about nothing. My brother. So, all right.
I was in Times Square touring with Dasha, my future wife, and that's where I found the news. I read it on the Times Square of all things.
Oh wow!
First time in New York, and I was like, what? And we went to a nearby bar, and I just sat there. And
I was on the plane. I was on the plane with it was me, Ellis, Kate Mulligan, and I was sitting next to Kate, and she started bawling.
Yeah.
Okay. Go, pal. The Crazy Ones was the last show Robin did when he passed. It was way better than Invisible. Isn't that the one? That was the one with Sarah Michelle Gellar, right? I think I talked to Freddie about that. I can't remember. Jeremy Adams. That's another one we should cut together. We should cut pieces out of that Freddie Prinze Jr. interview. And
I didn't know you did that. Yeah,
there's a few. There's one I did virtual with him, and there's one.
Send me any links you got.
It's in that playlist, and it's also he was.
I swear I would have seen it if it was on that playlist, but
really?
I could be wrong
because he was also in studio with me and Brett. He came in.
How's Brent doing? Is he's over here, or is he over there?
He's where you are. He's in LA.
Okay. Yeah.
I remember making a joke, Jeremy Adams. What's up, Jeremy? I remember making a joke back in the day. JT can't pronounce his own trivia team name. He called them the Patrio Terra Eats. JT was comedic gold. Did you watch what I did?
Nice dude. I like him.
Did you watch what I did with the yellow arrow for my entrance on my match?
Not yet. I haven't gotten to that.
Oh,
I just did the Great Drake. I'm watching 1 or 2 a day. I did the Great Drake.
Someone watched the entrance where.
I'm gonna keep an eye on.
Kill everybody in the room, and then JT just. I don't even see him, and he runs. Runs back. PLD, have you seen it yet? It's the best. It's the best. Haskell, hey guys, I love Disclosure Day. I didn't think I'd get so emotional. That opening wrestling scene was filmed at the Paramount in Huntington. Let's go Knicks. Yeah,
I remember the wrestling scene in it. I haven't seen it yet, by the way. Spoiler.
I'm glad that you liked it, Ed. That's what I'm saying. People love it. Old Fart 2962 became a YouTube member. Welcome and excited. That's awesome. People, it's PLD's you got so many of those unedited things up there now. Joey would love for a Disclosure Day spinoff with Coleman Domingo's character. Seems like a whole interesting world behind that character. Thoughts? Well, it's always one of these things, Joe. You got to see how the movie does because you ain't getting spinoffs for anything. If it only does 65 million, doesn't an open soft worldwide, that's probably the last we're going to see of it. But what it also means, I was talking to a few critics last night, and I think they made good points. Is that I was telling them, I said, look, there was a lot of things inside of that movie. There was a little inside baseball stuff, and they're like, well, I wish they would have told us that more. Like, and then they didn't even know that there's a reference to a certain actor and who that actor is, and like, oh, how come we didn't tell us that? And I was like, I wish that it would have been a little bit more like the post. Sammy, prayers up for you, Smets. You got this, dude. He sure does.
Thanks, man.
Can't wait.
It's funny. This is why this show's been good for me, Kristian. I know it because I get those and I want those to continue going because it means a lot to me. But because we do the show, I don't think about it. And then if I hear prayers up for a second, it gives me a second to be like, oh yeah, I have that coming. So that's why it's been nice to be on this show 2 days this week.
Well, we're gonna have great news next Wednesday.
Yeah, can't wait.
Joe,
I think by then we should know. If it's bad news, we won't know because they'll be waiting. If it's good news, we'll know.
Double feature tonight: Scary Movie and Disclosure Day. That's 2 significantly different movies. Mike Joyce, Court of Owls and the Batman 2 per Snyder. I mean that's been rumored for a little bit, but now I look at confirming it. 3 left right now. Ron H at Kirkland Cineplex, hanging with my dudes, Justin, both of them, and Shamar. We've been nugging it up big time and work even. It sounds fun.
Kirkland. Do they have Waters there too? Kirkland Waters?
Oh, that sounds fun. Spider Noir is my favorite show of the year so far. I mean, I'm probably going to get to it. I mean, probably am. I say that, but I hope that I'm telling myself the truth because I hear it's good. I've heard nothing but great things, says Yoshimitsu. Ayoshi, my 6-year-old literally just lost her 2 front teeth. That's hilarious.
I love that.
That's really
it's top or bottom, or it's front teeth the top. Then my daughter just lost her second bottom front tooth, so she has that same thing, and it's really cute.
It really is. Yeah. Here's the last one again from Ayoshi. She wanted me to let you know she cracks me.
Tell her congratulations.
That's really cool.
Tell her the tooth fairy is coming, and it's there's inflation, so.
I'm just kidding. Take her to see Toy Story. Joey, any pilot updates?
How's that going?
Yeah, real well. So I had to do something yesterday that we had we were moving, but then something for unseen circumstances kind of put a pause on a lot of things, just what's happening. I'll explain later on down the line. But we're working with someone who is potentially going to be helping us out with the Kickstarter. We found someone else that is involved and going to be excited to be part of the project. We have numbers, we have everything that we need. We have our tiers, we have everything locked in. We're aiming to launch on like September 2nd, September 3rd. That's the aim. And with about 35, 40 days beforehand to prep and get emails and things for people to let people know what we're doing with it and everything.
Will you be torn? Because you'll be like, you want people to do super chats to support the show, but would you rather the super chat money goes towards the GoFundMe?
100%.
Yeah,
because we want to make because the pilot succeeds. Then
can you do a super chat? How about my super chat shows? Can all of the proceeds can go to the?
It doesn't work that way, unfortunately, because YouTube takes a percentage. Trey Porter, I hope Mamdani calls the National Guard if they win on Saturday. Fans are going to burn down Manhattan. I'm not going anywhere near it. Ron H, did I mention the double feature or am I too high? You did. This is the last one. Blaine, you too should interview Dan Soder. I'm a fan. He's a huge wrestling fan. It seems like such a cool dude. Also does the best Macho Man impression I've seen. His Macho Man is great. It's not my. It's great. I mean, it's great. It probably is the best Macho Man of all time. But it's not my favorite impression that he does because everybody does a Macho Man.
Yeah. Man, if I'd known this going into my audition, man, I would have never done it, knowing that, like, fuck, such an idiot.
Everybody does the Macho Man. And my favorite impression that he does, although I do like his Rodney Dangerfield too. He does the best Andre the Giant.
It's a good one. Yeah.
Oh my god! So but it's so good. It's so good. It's every time he does. I wait for him to do the Andre. If you haven't watched Chris Van Vliet's interview with him and
it's so funny.
Will Sasso,
I like Will Sasso's Bret Hart for some reason too.
It's good. That's really good. Yeah, but yeah, I like Dan.
I would never presume that I could be in an interview with Kristian. He does it so well on his own, or if he had someone, Roxy's a really good co-interviewer. But it would be fun to do Smets games with interview like star, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like with stars to be like, hey, we got a Smets game. We're not a Smets game, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, we bring you into it. Ron H. Kirkland Cineplex staff looking at me funny. They cool though. They all do not watch enough films. Day manager hasn't watched Spaceballs yet. You know, how old is he? He haven't watched this show. Tell him about this show, Ron. Come on, you're supposed to be an ambassador. Kristian Unpronounceable, flying to Hungary tomorrow. Oh my goodness, we'll be on for 2 weeks. Gonna miss y'all.
Safe travels.
Yeah,
don't travel hungry. You got to get some food before you get to the airport. Hashtag dad joke. Not good one. Oh, sorry. Safe travels anyway. Ooh, he's mad. Did he mute me? I deserve that.
Go, pal. A drunken giant was a happy giant. Hello, lady. Lazarius, what are the craziest conspiracy theories that you believe in? I mean, I believe if you watch that Moment of Contact documentary about what happens in that documentary, I believe all of it. I believe every bit of it. Now that especially the Brazilian government's coming out and saying, yeah, it's true. Or the former heads of the government are saying it's true. I would that one. Watch. Just Google what moment of contact.
No, I already have it lined up. Yeah. I want to talk about next week. I'm going to have a heart out here soon. Yeah. That Lego. Have you caught up with that Lego conspiracy too? It's insane. That thing. For fans of like Bricks and Figs, like basically stole $200,000 worth of like Legos to someone, but this is going to be a movie one day because they get like the police department involved and they're on their side because they're all part of like a Mormon community. It's some crazy thing. You can just Google Lego controversy and you can watch YouTube video. Have you seen any of it, Kristian?
Mm-mm.
Oh man, it's like as on the level of like when they did the McDonald's controversy with the Monopoly game. It'll be a movie one day that someone will produce, but it is the wild story and the police covering it up. And this guy, it's Reckless Ben. Just look up Reckless Ben, Kristian. I know you have a million things to do, but Reckless Ben.
Send me a link. Ron H. Manager Justin says, "Hell, watch balls soon." What? I agree. Although I thought that they did that in Kansas. Guys, thank you. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for Kevin for joining us twice this week. I think Kevin will be announced as the winner next week. Not for this show, probably the Wednesday show. Next week, we will be back. And Monday, Roca. Tuesday, Mike and Roxy. Wednesday, Kevin will be back. Thursday, Chris Carr. Friday, Winston. So we are back. So, Kev, anything that you want to promote before we get out of here?
We released a new trailer, of a KOTOR Series 3 trailer. You can see on our channel, revanmovie.com will get you right there. And thanks for all the love and support. Honestly, these are like literally, it's very hard for me to do anything social like the day before a scan, but like coming on here was like the best medicine. So
I love that.
I always appreciate you guys.
You have 2 more to go. Dark Spark, you see Stand Up Curious George Carlin spoof? No. Is that an AI thing? It's got to be, right? Ayoshi Yumatsu, front, top, both. I need a trip to the ATM now.
Oh my God, yeah. Well, if anybody's watching, I don't. Any kids are watching, but the ATM might be a good idea.
Yeah. Armada, have you thought of streaming on TikTok and Twitch?
Yeah.
Me? Can we do both? Peely, you want to look into that?
You can do it all at the same time. You can Twitch.
I know that we have a Twitch channel. And we haven't used it in 3 years. It doesn't matter.
It would take some building, but yeah.
Yeah. And then let's see. Ron H. Odds Friday. We could keep going, maybe. Well, Kevin's got to go.
Yeah, you guys can keep going for Kristian, but I do love you.
Go.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Guys, thank you. Let me just do this. Much love, chats, and positive vibes to Smets. He saw that on the way out. He saw it. We got a new member in Kenna One Chronic. Thank you so much. So we have a lot of stuff going on. Like I said, we got a member stream coming up, and I think is it next Friday, PLD, or the following? Next week? Okay, next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. It'll be soon. So 2 weeks. So we got 2 weeks from now. We have a live stream. If you're an exclusive member, you'll be a part of it. You can come in. You can ask questions. You can be part of the video stream itself. You can check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere podcasts are found. Thank you so much for the wonderful support that you guys give us every single day. As I mentioned, Andor will be up on the channel in the next 20 minutes. So make sure you check out Sam there. Tomorrow will be Mortal Kombat 2. We'll be wrapping up Andor Season 2 next week. We'll be starting it anyway. And then after that, I think we're going to start getting into the Star Wars movies with me and Sam. Ron H., you got this, Smets. We're here for you. I will convey that to him as well. Ron, thank you for just being incredibly supportive over this last couple of months, man. You've been the best. And then the Mortal Kombat 2, I've just been told the unedited is already up, myself and Ming. Oh, and then Invincible will be back next week, too. We're going to just finish up the whole series. I didn't realize it's only 8 episodes per season, so we'll be able to knock those out. There you go. Look at this. Saul the man. Don't want to take anything away from the Knicks, but let's not invoke the name of the 2007 Giants. They're on a pedestal that will forever be untouched. That's two different questions, and that's also debatable. It's also debatable. I'm more of a Giants fan than I am a Knicks fan, and I'm sure you are too. But the Knicks are a revered. People love the Knicks, and the difference again, Saul, is that, as I said beforehand, everybody loves the Knicks. You're a Giants or a Jets, you're a Mets or you're a Yankees, you're an Islanders, you're a Rangers. Everybody loves the Knicks. The Nets are no one's favorite team is the Nets. Maybe there's 7 people. The basketball team. Everybody loves the Knicks. And the Knicks haven't won a championship since 73. So if this team wins the championship, they are going to be as beloved as the 2007 Giants. And that's coming from a diehard 2007 Giants fan. They are. And that pedestal is the pedestal that the Knicks fans, the 2026 Knicks will be on, bringing a championship back since 1973, and also a team that very similar to the Knicks, a team that shouldn't have been there and shouldn't have won and shouldn't have done it. Yeah. So I disagree with you there, my friend, and that's coming from a big Giants fan. Okay. Ron H., have a great weekend. Be good out there. I'll try. I like when you talk to yourself. All right, guys, thank you so much. Thank you to PLD, Luke, Jonathan. Has Sam seen Fire in the Sky? I don't think so, Johnny. I'm not sure. I don't know if that's one that we'll do right away, but we got to get through. We have so much for Sam right now. Like I said, Andor, we're going to do House of the Dragon Season 3. We've got the Star Wars movies coming in. We've got the X-Men movies coming in. We've got Harry Potter movies. We've got The Hobbit. We have so much that she's going to be watching. And then obviously Spider-Man when it releases on digital, Doomsday when it releases, Odyssey when it releases. So she's going to be pretty busy for the rest of the year. Dark Moon, here's the last one. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you. That's it. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. See you on the flip side. Bye, everyone. Bye.
I wish I knew.